Welcome to episode 11 of Joystick Unbound. This is our return episode. I'm Matt.
Sebastian.
Then over
Pikachu.
there,
We got a Pikachu.
Every goddamn time. Then over here,
I'm Robert. I'm a cripple now.
yep. then we have adjusted. So we're gonna go in with we're just talking about D&D today. That's what we're doing. Talking about the Dungeons to the Dragons.
I thought you meant dicks and dudes.
Dicks and dudes?
I'm out.
Dudes and dicks? So, Robert, you're a cripple, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm good for D&D though. I don't have to stand up. So.
That's true.
Is your character going to be a cripple?
No.
Now, our LARPing capabilities have gone out the window.
Yeah.
I could dress up my wheelchair like a horse.
Ooh. Yeah, like a pony. Like a little tiny
like a
pony.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So you can't be a dwarf because they're scared of ponies.
Oh, he could be a minotaur, like a baby minotaur.
Ooh.
Not a minotaur, a centaur.
There we go.
Yeah.
A centaur.
He could be our wagon too. We could just put like a little cardboard wagon up there on each side. Okay, all right, fine. Let's
Fuck you, Justin. No,
No,
not
that's
a
perfect.
single fucking person.
Way to kill a room.
Yeah,
You're the worst.
It means join in.
You're literally the worst person.
All right, so I'll have to get started.
Let's talk a little bit about world building.
Yeah.
So,
where do you start with world building?
Right? Like, where do you start? Well, I'm a DM and you're a DM.
Yes.
Have you guys DM'd
I've DM'd,
much?
Yeah. Not much.
Have you built your own worlds before?
I've helped.
You've helped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Edward did one time.
Yeah, I remember. That was a very
Oh,
convoluted
it's-
world.
yeah.
I used that world
Yeah.
and I stripped it clean.
Yeah, no, that's good. It was ridiculous.
Where helped with that world?
It was too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
too much. Edward, I contacted Edward one time. I was like, hey, Edward, what's all this stuff? And he's like, started rattling it all off, and I was just like, not writing any of it down. Maybe that's me.
We got overzealous with gods and moons.
Yeah.
And magic poles.
Magic
and all
poles,
this.
yeah.
Which is a cool idea and concept. It's just like adapting that to a single game is like convoluted.
Yeah, trying to remember which moon you're on and keep track of each day. And
Yeah, it's
there's
too
a lot.
much. It's too much stuff.
Which, if you had like some sort of like infographic, like some sort of board, maybe like little spinnies, you know what I mean?
That
Like a
could
paper
be
cool. Like a-
spinnies that you have posted for people to see. That would probably help the whole process out a little bit to keep track of.
Oh, so like a chore wheel.
Yeah, exactly like a chore wheel.
Is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it'd be a lot more arts and crafts, a lot more setup.
Which I mean, I'm good with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of times the more interactive that you get with your supplies can really add to a game.
You can.
It can also take away from the game.
It's really weird how I know this isn't world building or whatnot, but like since we're so into laptops, it's not uncommon for people just to bring their laptops. Now they just play from their laptop.
Right, which kind of diminishes a part of the game for me, I guess. I'm more of a theater of the mind most of the time anyways. Like, I appreciate miniatures because a lot of people aren't theater of the mind, so they have trouble like looking at battle lines and like where am I?
Combat wise,
this?
like I like strategy. So
Right.
I like to know why I'm flanking and where I'm flanking. But and it's good. You can kind of like screw the rules a lot like that too.
I think it's harder to skew the rules when you have miniatures on board.
Well, you can look at it at a tactical aspect,
Right.
and
Of course, I know if you're using the mind or whatever, theater of mind, you'll be like, am I close enough to do this? And DM's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, whereas like miniatures, like there's not really fudging.
No,
In that sense.
it's
like,
oh,
true.
Well, no.
Now you're
you have
actually,
fucking eyes?
Even though that'd be fucking awesome, and I would love to see that. No.
it can't happen. That goes down to DMs creating too big of rooms, and that happens a lot too. I've seen DMs be like, well, here's this room, and it's like a 90 by 90, and I'm like,
Right, it's like
where
a
the fuck is this
grand
room?
ballroom. I built this thing. This is a cobalt lair.
I'm terrible at measurements and shit, so like I don't know how big a room is ever. Like I don't know how big this room is.
I
I'm
only
terrible
know
at
D&D
judging it.
measurements. That's all I got.
This is
Real-
about a 15 by 15.
Okay.
Yeah, this is about a 15 by
Yeah, so I'm one of those people who make rooms too big.
You guys have
probably.
no reference to that. You have no idea how big this fucking room is.
No,
It's 15 by 15.
it's about a 15 by 15. That's what I. You got like a little backspace back there too. I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's kind of built in.
it's just kind of built in there. So, you wanna talk a little bit about the world that you guys tried to build? Maybe some mistakes that you went into.
I don't really recall a lot of it. I think that Rob would have to refresh me on the majority of those details.
I know that we built like a Roman pantheon of gods, each with their own interconnectivity, just like Greek, Roman, whatever.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Took forever. The moons, we did a bunch of moons just to try and add some
I do not even remember
gameplay aspects. Yeah.
I do not.
Like each moon would give you a different boost or negative if it wasn't a moon.
If it wasn't a moon of your thing.
I feel like
you see, I stripped
astrology signs would have been a lot easier to go with.
I stripped all that shit down and went ley lines. That's the only way. I just
we did like a magic pole thing.
Yeah,
that's kind of like ley lines, but it's a little more. That ended up being really hard to come up with too. Like I remember we were trying to figure out what would be high magic, what's not magic,
and that kind of worked out really well. But the problem is, like, you don't really see that in action until you've already played this through not just one campaign, not just through multiple sessions, but like over. This would have to be the world you're playing in to really get the most out of it.
And I'll tell you, I've been playing in that world since we started with Garen and Captain Phipps and that original crew. That's the world that I've always DM'd in. I've just kind of changed it to the way I kind of want it. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have took as many liberties as I did with it.
No, I mean, definitely should have. Like I said, we played it like twice, I think, and then never really played it much after that.
Yeah, with like the expanded version.
Yeah. With
because we each chose a continent and kind of DM'd around that.
Yeah,
because I did
that's
the
right.
low magic was more into that. Yeah. And kind of design that section of the world.
It's like steampunky or something like that.
Yeah, it's more steampunky and a lot less high fantasy.
That still is really steampunky. I took that and I gave them airships and stuff like that. Because they have better than emerging firearms.
Right. And that's why when I designed it, I remember it was like they weren't to that point yet.
Right.
Like I kind of had in mind, like, well, later on, you'll probably help discover the invention of the airship, you know what I mean, to get to other places.
Right.
Because like people aren't coming here, you know what I mean? So if people with high magic aren't coming here, why the fuck are people with low magic going out there? Mm-hmm. I don't know, it's just...
I moved the timeline up about 25 years after the Succubus Island incident.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I moved the timeline like 25 years after that. So like the island with the low magic, they've advanced to like carbines and stuff like that.
Right.
Not fully automatic, but it will load as it fires, kind of like rifling. So barreled guns.
Yeah, because it was a single shot. What I had in mind.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, like muskets.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Exactly.
What's that? Like hand cannons and shit. But I don't know. I took that and just kind of ran with it. Changed it up a little bit.
I think you've taken it farther than any of us ever did. Yeah.
Yeah, I've ran one 3-session short shot, three session shot with it. That had to deal with with one of the factions in our game, Nimnodia. They split off. I made them split off into 2 different factions, and I've had the player characters play the other faction, not the Nimnodian proper, but the Retribution. I called them the Retribution of Nimnodia, like the sub faction, and they were on a mission to bring back put together Garen's sword.
Oh, okay.
I had them do that. That was really fun, and me and Andrew, we built an entire new faction into the game with the Tyrannus, which is like an electric kind of faction. We made them like high tech, but but they didn't know that they were using magic. But that's where all of the kind of like a Magitech kind of thing.
Okay.
Sort of. They had like power armor, and they had guns as well, and they could like they could like project electricity through like bayonets or firearms. Like they had we built a sniper type unit that would fire a ball bearing at you, and when it would sink into your armor, it would cause like a Tesla effect, and it would shoot lightning to you.
Huh.
And just
cool.
tether you there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we built that. We built that in like an afternoon, kind of. We could build a whole society from the ground up.
And that's nifty.
Yeah. Well, we just kind of like spitballed. We're like, what kind of society do you want this to be? So we're like, well, the higher ups know exactly what's going on, and they were like sapping energy from basically this fallen god. And then they were like, well, okay, so we can get this energy. Well, why don't we not use currency anymore, and we just use the energy as currency? So they like kind of controlled their people with their currency and stuff like that. They were kind of like a Iron Fist type of people.
Yeah, we never played long enough to get crazy stuff like that. So.
Well, no, because we were always like 2-3 sessions, guys. You know what I mean? If that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it fell apart pretty quick after that.
Yeah, schedules and all.
Yeah.
Which really like puts a dent in your world building. You know, because you
It
put
does.
so much time into something and don't even see any fruition out of it.
And that's
It's
that's a thing I always said. Like when you're building your world, and you put so much time into it. You care? Nobody else gives a fuck.
No.
So,
like, I don't know. First time DMs, like, a lot of them, I feel like the way I looked at it, I was like, it'd be really cool to build my own world. Like, I'm gonna come up with this stuff. I'm gonna start making continents and stuff. And then like
All
you
of a
realize,
sudden it's
oh
overwhelming.
shit, this is a lot.
this is my idea for first time DMs. Have a city, okay? So you got a city.
Start with a settlement outside
Yeah,
the city.
yeah. So, and you got a little settlement up here. You got a city and a settlement. And then around that city and settlement, you don't know. Like, you just can't go there. There's a mountain range. You just can't fucking do it. Your players want to go across the mountain range? Yeah, you just put blocks in their way. And I don't want to tell them to railroad it, but you got to sometimes.
Yeah.
You make it seem scary enough. Well, we're going to go to the mountains. All right, well, you go up the mountains, and there's a tribe of hill giants.
You're level 1. You can't.
And
you can't
they
do
just
that.
have people on pikes.
Right.
And they're just fucking eating people. Do you want to deal with them? Fuck no, I don't want to deal with them. So they go back to town. You know, like
Some
that's what
people
you do.
will want to deal with it.
And then you
Yeah,
know
I got magic
you
missile. I can
fucking
take that.
crush them. That's what you do. You crush them.
You know, my favorite kind of players are the ones that railroad themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and because those are the easiest to get along with. Like they look for your hooks.
Well, they want to. Like they. I actually like not a railroady player, but someone that's just out there wanting to be like, oh well, I want to travel across the ocean. Fuck that guy.
No,
all right,
you're not crossing the fucking ocean on session 1. Get out of here.
Yeah, like don't no.
Why would you? Why would you want to do that?
Yeah, no, it's not useful to cross the ocean at this point in time.
I get you're being creative, but you're kind of being problematic.
There's a fucking there's bandits in the sewers. Go deal with them.
You know,
No,
damn well
I want to
didn't
go
do
to a
nothing
different continent.
across the
Fuck this
ocean.
continent. It's got bandits. That's not how this game
Well,
works.
the
You're a
other one
terrible
has
hero.
dragons.
Yeah,
so-
the other one has actually.
Oh, well, that sounds cooler. They got,
Actually,
they
you know
got
what?
treasure.
Your
Poetry
pontoon boat
dragons.
is going to get attacked by a kraken. Roll initiative. Like I don't know.
Fucking trash.
But yeah, make kind of a fog of war. You know, have them work there in the city, and then when you're ready to expand, trickle in some information on what might be behind that mountain range.
If you give them enough to do in the starting town, and they're not problem players, they're gonna go with it. You know? And you can feed in later however you want.
Exactly.
I don't think I've had too many experiences where like a player tried to go way out of the way. Like I think maybe once I've had that happen where a player was like, "No, I gotta go do this," and the rest of the group's like,
I've seen it.
No.
a couple
Justin,
times.
you got anything you want to talk about, buddy?
I know somebody who did. They wanted to just cross the ocean for no reason. But holy quest.
Yep.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of too. Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah. I almost had to fight his character with my character, and I didn't want to.
That's a bad scenario.
Yeah, Matt had to like break it up somehow, I think.
Yeah.
And then he still wanted to go off, and they're like, "Fuck." I don't think we ever played after that.
Nope.
I think that was the last fourth edition
and that's
campaign
gonna
I
happen.
played.
That's going to happen. Anybody out there that's like, you know what, I want to play D&D, go ahead and chalk up your first 3 groups as maybes.
Yes.
Like, and here's what's kind of neat though. Every time that you have a group, look for the players you want to invite back.
Exactly.
Look for the guys that are actually, you know, they want to do the adventure hooks. They want to learn about your world. You know, look for
Like,
that.
it's cool to roleplay your character, and that might make you seem like you should go do that stuff, but at the same time, like...
You still got to compromise.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't go all in. You know. when you have a character that would do something like that, you got to know when to peel it back and find justification within your character to not, because it's there.
Yeah,
you know,
there's
I
a
mean,
reason.
no, D&D characters aren't nearly as irrational as people like to play them. Sometimes,
No.
you know,
You don't have an intelligence of 4. You know, that's just how it works.
Yeah.
Like, people like to think that because they have an intelligence of 8, they eat plastic, and like,
8 is like where I come from. 2nd edition, 8 is average.
Yeah.
That's your average commoner. You know, like that's a farmer that's feeding.
Oh,
you
you got
know?
a question? All right.
I'm not showing.
I don't know what the hell this is.
Are they trying to sell us gold?
I don't know. I don't know what's going
I
on.
would like to buy some gold.
You want to buy some gold?
I will buy some
like real gold?
Yeah. I get
Fictional
them
gold?
Ponzi schemes. I'm into that. I'm into Ponzi.
It says, how was the 12 in the house was yesterday, so I took 2 numbers and the cab was blue. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Blue cats are weird. I'm not really into that.
I don't know what's good. But anyway, back to world building.
That's great.
Sure. Sure, man. Guess Tom doesn't
like-
exist.
Translates like messed up or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is, do you know this? Do you know this troll?
Probably.
So, yeah, back to world building. Let's talk a little bit more about world building.
I always get overwhelmed with stuff.
Well, I think
Never
the first decision you need to make is like, what spectrum of fantasy, high or low, are you going to be on?
Okay.
Like how far is your magic going to go, and how close are the gods related to that? You know, do you have empty gods that don't really talk to you, and it's all faith based, or do you have very, like Roman based gods that are really
They got their
Hard out.
hands and everything. Kind
exactly? And I think with that you can kind of find out, like, I mean, are people shooting off fireballs all the time? Like, how many sages, how many wizards does the average settlement have? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you figure that out, I think
All right, have fun.
you really get your basis. Stop talking to him.
I don't know.
Talk to me. You're ignoring me. Fuck that guy.
Okay, fuck you, man.
Fuck you, dude.
Get the fuck out of our stream, idiot.
You blocked. Not yet, but soon.
Yeah. Gods, magic, low and high fantasy is a good starting point. So, if you're going to go with high fantasy, that would be traditional D&D.
Yeah.
So your
Absolutely.
Forgotten Realms, Dragonlance, anything in D&D, Pathfinder's world. What is that? Garamond?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever
Nah, no, I'm not
learned it.
into that.
Anyway, their world. IK RPG's world, so the War Machine world.
Which I'm not really into because it's like I think the progression is a little bit faster. You know, it creates a lot of high intensity at first, but I'm always that become the hero, don't start the hero kind of guy.
He's a second edition guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely got like an old school, and then I'm more of a new school player.
I love 5th, but I guess if I had to pick an edition that I've played the most and that I know the most would be 3.5.
Yeah.
So Pathfinder's pretty easy.
Pathfinder's for me, like
Pathfinder's is a little bit extra, you know. It's just,
Yeah. It's so crunchy. It hurts my
it
head.
is so crunchy.
Yeah. And that's the problem, that one of the main problems that Pathfinder has is the people that play it want to like, well, I need to have the perfect fucking character. My character has to be perfect.
I hate that fucking metagaming bullshit.
And
I don't
agree with
maxing
that.
bullshit. I'm not like you're not. I feel like now everybody can play the game they want to play it, but it's
Yeah.
like I feel like that's like that's second to life and what this game is really meant to be. You know, like if you want to do that, like go play a video game. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the way, or like a strategy tabletop. You know,
Yeah.
like a war game.
A war game.
Like that's more your speed if you're into that kind of thing. I
Yeah.
think. Like.
And then on the other side of the coin of high fantasy, you have low fantasy. So that would be Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
As something low fantasy.
Conan. There's
Conan,
modules
yeah.
for that.
Yeah, just enough magic for magic to be scary.
Yes.
Like-
yeah.
Like if you see someone throwing a spell in Conan or in
Lord of the Rings, I guess, really.
Lord of the
It's
Rings,
like,
Yeah.
very much so.
He threw like a light spell.
There's what? Yeah, because that's because
Gandalf's a warrior.
Gandalf's a warrior.
Yeah.
Motherfucker's monkey gripping a two-handed weapon and a sword.
He sure is.
Okay?
Killing all the shit, no
Just
problem.
all the Balrogs. Just single-handedly. Like, let's see, what do
As
we
they
have?
fell, he killed that thing.
Yeah. Because you see what? One truly magic sword. You see one. You see one.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking short sword that
Just
glows when it's around orcs.
Yeah.
That's what its
Which
power
turns out
is.
pretty handy in that world.
It's handy.
And the ring's not even that gnarly.
No, it just
either.
makes you
Yeah,
invisible.
it makes you invisible.
No, the drawback is totally not like that'd be a really shitty item to have in real D&D.
Yeah, because the big baddie will just be like, fucking what?
Yeah.
Go get them, ghosts. And that's what happens. You know?
And they can see you when you're
Drawback.
invisible.
Yeah, they can.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't know Lord of the Rings.
The main
The-
Sauron could see him every time he put that on.
And then send crazy ghost men after him.
yeah, the wraiths would
The
come and
wraiths would
find
come
you. And they can see you while you're invisible, so they can just kill you anyways.
Oh, and
Yep.
the whole, you go mentally insane while you're
Yeah, you turn into Gollum.
Yeah, this is
that,
true.
That whole fucking thing.
Yeah, that ring
it's
is not
a-
worth it. It's called the Ring of Power, but I mean, what's the
Power
power
for
in it?
who exactly?
Yeah.
Invisibility is like overvalued in that.
Let's see, do we know what all the other rings done before they were destroyed?
No,
We don't know anything about them?
I don't.
No,
Like,
I don't
maybe
either. I'm sure
somebody
maybe
else
it
did.
says,
If
yeah.
I was going to play in that world, I would totally want to play when all the rings were kind of like active.
Oh, see, that'd be cool.
You know?
That'd be cool.
Because I know every time you get a ring, it's kind of a bad luck omen. Because, yeah,
Right.
you have it and you have power, but someone's always there waiting for you to just misstep one step and just put a fucking dagger in you.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. That's another one of those worlds, that's particularly low fantasy. It's all about, like, oh, I got stabbed with a dagger? I'm going to fucking die.
Yeah, I can't just
I'm
nail
going
this
to
shit.
die.
This is a real thing that hurts. My HP is probably 3 forever.
Yeah. Like, if you see a guy with, like, 8 HP, you're like, oh, what the fuck is he eating? Like, what?
This guy's wearing studded leather. Get back.
But, that
Got
is
a pot and pan on, I don't know.
that is a good choice, though, for a starting DM kind of thing. Or when you're trying to build a world, it's like, what kind of world? And a lot of that's going to sway to the players you have.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta have a dialogue.
Yeah.
You know, what do you expect out of this game? What do you prefer? Otherwise, like, you're gonna create this fucking game, this entire world presented to your
nobody wants to
players,
play.
and nobody cares because it's not what they wanted, And then you just waste everybody's time. You gotta really have an open dialogue before you start.
I think the DMC make it too dragon heavy. Kind of irritates.
Yeah,
me.
dragons need to be rare.
Super rare.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm okay. I'm okay with NPC dragons that, like, maybe got a central NPC dragon, but not Pikachu over there again. But like, as far as like battling whelps all the time, and there's like 2 dragons on 2 hills that are feuding, and there's a dragon on the earth, and there's one in the sky. Like, I don't. That's too much. You know? For me,
if
personally.
they're there,
If you're into that,
that's fine. But if they're supposed to be up in the air down there, then we shouldn't see them anytime soon. So basically, worthless to know about them because I don't think that a level 1 or 2 character should ever even see a dragon.
People get eager about bringing up certain elements into the game as soon as they can because they want to experience
But
them.
then
But it kind of like desensitizes the entire campaign.
because you climax the story so early that you just basically.
So the last time I put like a big dragon in a campaign, basically this tower was a goblin tower, and a bunch of dragons were basically petrified in the tower. Something happened to them. Didn't even write that story. Characters don't even fucking need to know.
Yeah.
They just know that there's petrified dragons, and that's a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, It's whatever. And this group, Nimnodians again, came in. They grabbed the fort, and they figured out how to kind of like control what's the dragons. They had like an orb of dragon con.
Oh, it's like that Dungeons and Dragons movie with the red dragon
Basically,
staff.
kind of think of it that way. But they ended up how they had to do it is they had to like they had to basically
They made a sequel.
unpet. Yeah, they did. And the sequel was not terrible.
No, it was a better movie.
It's a better movie.
I might need to watch that one.
They ended up having to drain the goblin, so they would like cut them up and like hang them up on the ceiling and have them like bleed onto the dragons down there, and then they broke open. And basically, I had like I used it as a boss fight. So just like waves of like 1 hit point, like just released dragon whelps.
Oh, okay.
That Amber was just hurting. And then I had like
That sounds right.
then I had like a Nimnodian shaman. Basically had them on a timer. Like he was trying to unleash the big dragon while the players were running up like a spiral staircase. Like stop. Like he would like throw stuff on the spiral staircase and they'd have to deal with it, like an ice spell or a storm, stuff like that. I wouldn't actually have him deal damage. I'll just be putting like checks.
Those are the
in their
best
way.
kind of fights, in my opinion. Like those hack and slash things can be fun, but like they lose their luster. Like those little obstacles, kind of like objective based a little bit. You know what I mean? Or
like he could have been like throwing out full spells, but I feel like his attention was on the dragon. Like he wanted to get that and go.
Right.
Well, he ended up getting it, and I had the barbarian character, which was played by Wes at the time, jump on the back of it and kill him while the dragon was flying.
oh shit!
So that was really fun. That was a really neat thing. And the dragon was like, hey, you want to fucking control me now? And Wes like crushed it, the dragon orb, and the dragon was like, well, thanks, buddy, and like left him and he flew off. See, and then they never saw the dragon again because that was my dragon fight's done. Like it wasn't even a dragon fight.
No,
they weren't fighting the dragon.
Sorcerer fight.
It was a sorcerer fight, and I think that might be the way to do it at like a lower level.
Yeah, that'd work.
I mean, later on in the campaign, I wanted to bring him back almost as like a oh, well, the shit's on us now, we're going to die. Boom! Dragon from way back in like session 3 shows up to help you guys.
Because dragons are intelligent.
Yeah.
And they're not all evil.
Right. Thought that was kind of neat.
I think when you think of dragons, you think of like, I mean, a lot of people think of like Game of Thrones or they're just monsters or whatever.
They're monsters.
But in D&D, that's not the case usually.
4 legs and 2 wings.
I think dragon are actually accurately depicted.
Can you hand me my
dragons.
phone? I'm going to fucking turn that off.
Even though that movie sucked, I feel like they did dragons in a very justified way.
Did that dragon talk? Yeah, I think.
Well, they all did, and Sean Connery.
You're talking about Dragon Quest?
Dragon Heart.
Yeah,
Dragon
with
Quest?
I don't watch
Wave, which was a very bad. Don't watch it. But the dragons were intelligent, sympathetic.
They were,
except for the evil ones, which of course there are ones like that. You know,
they are.
Yeah, the show Merlin also had a dragon that talked.
Oh, really?
It's intelligent. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that most starter DMs try to be like, oh, I want to do the dragon fight, and then it's a mistake. Yeah.
If it's a full-grown dragon you're fighting, then why are you able to fight at level 1?
Yeah.
Why is...
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you fight...
There's
they
no
like to
reason
throw
for it to
a
be
whelp
that
out there, and like, why is the whelp even there? Like, that's another one.
Remember that guy
So you have to have a story behind it.
Yeah.
Remember that guy that we played with, me and Amber, over his trailer, and
Yeah.
everybody had a dragon practically?
What do you mean?
You couldn't use magic, crossbows, whatever else
He had like this list of restricted items that
Is that
was
the
like,
guy I went to his trailer and played one time?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I knocked out the fucking ballpark with an IKRPG session one time at his trailer, but he had a really weird world that he was building.
It's very restricted.
Everybody had
I
a
remember.
dragon.
Like everybody.
So it's like How to Train Your Dragon?
Everything had a dragon. Like there was a dragon associated with half of everything. And then he'd be like, okay, well, there's dragons flying over at this time, so I don't suggest you guys even go here
So
right
it's
now.
noon.
So he would give us a quest to go here.
There's
Like,
12 dragons in the
I
sky.
will, yeah. So it would just be, and so
his world was kind of like a post-apocalyptic world with like a kind of a
it's like an overworld.
Now, I love
like
post-apocalyptic.
yeah, but his was like post-apocalyptic fantasy, more like a what is that?
It's more like Sauron looking down at you all the time.
Yeah, and there was like a society of people that kind of controlled things, but they had like these big like eating machines.
Yeah, and
that would like destroy forests and stuff.
Yeah, it destroyed.
It was odd,
For some reason, it destroyed everything around the town.
except for the big town.
Yeah.
So it was like barren wasteland.
Yeah, so like it
I
was.
think the world I played in was something like that. I don't remember the dragons, but I do remember it being very barren, deserty.
I just don't understand the point of why there would be a town here, and that everything outside of it would just be barren and destroyed. How do you sustain that town?
How does the town sustain? And that's another thing you got to think about.
Yeah.
When you build your world, is you have these towns. What is keeping them alive? Like, I mean, don't go really hard into your economic system.
You don't have to come up with the whole thing, but
in fact, there's actually a book I could recommend from 2nd edition that actually covers it really well. But you kind of got to think, like, what is it about this town? Is it the river? You know, is it the farmland? Is it like what exactly? What crops? What animal life that is around? What is it about this town that makes it a town? Why did people gravitate here in the first place?
See, I forget. I never even think about economics really. So
and think about like and after you figure out like why the town is thriving, think about the problems that if you're going to start with like the heroes in a town kind of thing,
Which is
think about the problems that the town's going to have. Are there like smugglers upriver trying to smuggle things down the river into the town? Maybe there's restricted stuff in the town.
Hook. That's an awesome hook.
Because then it takes your players. Then it takes your players like out of the town too.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, okay, well we've been drinking in the bar. Oh, there's like people like upriver smuggling whatever illicit goods. It could be poisons. It could be
people.
It could even be slaves or people if you want to go that dark. That's another good idea too. Is how dark you want your campaigns.
Sure,
you want
how lighthearted.
Yeah, yeah. I've played in campaigns that have been like, "Oh, let's go do it," and then I've played in campaigns it's like, and then his blood ran down your chest. And then you're like, I like to mix it up with mine. Like when someone kills a character, I sometimes like to be like, "Well, how'd you kill him?" Like, tell me some of your personality.
I think that helps with combat in general, just getting people to
describe
it. Yeah, because otherwise a hack and slash session becomes tedious.
You have to get a little inventive with that. Otherwise, it's just like roll, hit, roll, miss, roll, hit. Like I don't make them describe every action, but like there's some times where I'm like, well, you're in a particular situation. Like, what exactly are you going for right here?
Yeah.
You know, and having them explain to you how they see the fight really helps flesh the fight out a lot more.
You know what? You know what would be a neat exercise right now? Why don't we make the town that we just talked about?
You want to?
Let's make the town. So this town, it's a river town.
It's a river town.
It's named Edenbrook.
Edenbrook. Always add brook at the end of things. Or Dale.
Or Dale.
Brook or Dale.
Yeah.
Brook or Dale. Those are good starter names.
If you can't think of one, just say Brookerdale.
Yeah, Brookerdale. Brookerdale sounds like a weird man.
Yeah, probably not.
Hello, my name's Brookerdale. Yeah, he four-time Daytona 500.
I don't know, I think I could see it as a bookstore name too.
Yeah, Brooker. Oh, yeah. So Edenbrook. So we've already established that Edenbrook has smuggling problems.
Oh yeah, on account of the river.
Was it a small town, a medium-sized town, big town?
Well, see, you say Edenbrook. I don't imagine it to be a big city. I imagine it to be like a small to mid-sized kind of settlement.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe not just like a dinky little village, but not a huge city, right?
Yeah, I'm not go population myself, but you know, maybe you.
What about for a mid-sized town like that? Let's say families of 4.
Mm-hmm.
So there's probably definitely more than 10. Let's say that there's probably about 120 people live in this town.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Now, what's a good rule of thumb, like tavern to people ratio?
Tavern to people. Well, not everyone's going to drink. Yeah.
Right. Depending on the location.
On the location.
Being next to a river, you're probably okay.
Yeah.
The ratio of women to children to men.
Yeah. And like the people that live outside the town too, farmers and stuff like that. That's a commonwealth.
Oh yeah, absolutely. How much traffic they get,
and how much food gets sent in.
Oh, like what is it that they do inside the town, and what happens outside the town?
Right.
You know, what are the farmers doing, or what are people inside doing? You know,
so
are
maybe
there
there's
farms
like
right there into it, or
maybe there's a farmers market kind of thing.
Oh, so like people would gravitate to this town.
So an open market.
Yeah, something like that.
So there's an open market.
I mean, you got a river, so you get fish. You know, people can fish that.
Yeah. Is there a lake that it empties into anywhere nearby? Maybe there's a fishing settlement out there that kind of.
Maybe there's an underground cave system. Maybe that's where they're sending the illicit goods.
Yeah, that's not bad.
From.
That's not bad. That makes sense too.
Yeah, up in the mountains somewhere.
Yep.
The river just goes right through.
Right up in the mountains, underground.
Yeah.
Right up into the mountains.
You go down and
Fucking Jurgar.
Jogger. Fucking joggers.
Dark dwarves. Damn it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about those things from Elder Scrolls
No.
Skyrim.
No, they're like drows, but dwarves.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
They're very angry too. They're angry little fellas.
Yeah, they're little fuckers.
Apparently, it turns out when you don't have the sun, you're just mad. You're
Yeah.
just fucking pissed off.
You just
Which
get mad
turns,
about
I mean,
things.
that's what they say about humans too. So.
Yeah. So let's say that the farmers, they go to the farmers market. It's where most of the people that live inside the city get their food.
Mm-hmm.
There's I don't know. Are we going high fancy or low fancy? Are we going like in the middle there?
Shoot mid.
Shooting mid.
Shoot mid.
So you would have a blacksmith, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Let's say 2 blacksmiths. They're brothers. They don't get along.
Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
they're not dwarves though. Let's not.
They're not dwarves.
We're not doing that trope.
Half orcs.
Or half
Yeah.
orc.
That's the second. That's the
one's a
secondary
half
trope.
orc, and one's like more orc than human. The other's more human than orc.
Okay.
Yeah. And they both think the other one does shit work.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I say that could be an alchemy shop being right next to the river.
Yeah, it could be an alchemy shop.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Probably, and probably only like one dude knows how to do that effectively.
Right.
Is he stereotypically a gnome?
Or an old guy.
An old gnome.
An old gnome?
You know what? No, neither. She.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we like gender equality. Because I hate sexism. That is something I hate.
She is a veteran of the war. She only has one arm.
Oh.
But she.
War? What kind of war was it? Against
I-
what?
Exactly. That's for the players to figure out.
Oh.
Later. That's a hook for
That's
later.
a hook.
It's a hook for later. You see. So, yeah, she only has one arm.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I like,
What was the motion?
She, of course. Maybe she has an apprentice.
Oh, what kind of apprentice?
I don't know.
Squirrely little guy?
Squirrel, yeah, little guy.
Does it seem like he doesn't know what he's doing?
Yeah, he's bumbling and fumbling.
He's constantly fucking everything up.
Yeah, but she's understanding.
Big shit.
She'd have to be with one arm.
Hey, can you not make fun of cripples right now, please?
So we got
I
blacksmiths.
hate making fun of cripples.
So we got
That's something I
blacksmiths.
hate.
We got an alchemist. I'm sure there's a couple of general stores. Probably one more food focused and one more just stuff focused.
Yeah.
I want to go to magic store. Just magic store.
Just a magic store, please.
Magic store.
I gotta go buy my materia, I guess.
Yeah.
Fire spell.
And
That's
then
where everybody wants to go. Magic shop first thing. Right
I
after
fucking
that.
hate that.
I also hate that.
I'd say
I
there
also
would be a
hate
magic
that.
shop. In
Nothing
a
angers me
medium
more when
town.
I like to have a couple of characters sprinkled into my town, but I hate it when people want to have a fucking conversation for more than 10 minutes.
All right.
I don't mind it if it's like something I can riff on.
But then you have
if I can riff on it, it's cool.
You have a whole table of other people like this being like.
I only play small games when I DM.
that's
Like
true,
I never play with more than 3 people when I
Oh,
DM. So it's like
You see, I'm the big
I got a
table
lot of riff
DM. I'm like 5, 6, 7. Fuck. So we got to move this along.
I'll fucking let Justin go on for like 10 minutes. No problem. I'll fucking riff with it. I'm fine with it.
I hate it when people's like, I want to talk to the fucking person behind the counter. Here's a book. Just buy what you want. Fuck.
What do you want? You want some rope? Did you want some rope?
You should have wrote it down. Okay. You found rope. There you go.
But I want the silk rope. Why though? All right, just take it.
Let's take this fucking silk rope. Ah!
Can I get a discount though?
That's when I take the
The
character sheet and I put
haggling
it
in every shop is one of my pet peeves. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Haggling every item in every shop. It's like, can you just buy something at price?
Haggling annoying, trading cool.
Trading's really cool.
Trading
really
cool.
on board with trading.
I've never traded in the game.
No, I haven't either. Never
Yeah,
even thought about
I'm
it.
really cool with people trading. What
Also
else
don't
you gonna-
haggle, though.
What
It's
else
like,
you gonna
alright,
do with that
whatever.
handful of fucking gems your DM gives you for shit treasure?
It's like, well, can I go to the gem guy and trade this in? It's like,
There's-
well, probably, but like that's really specific.
Yeah, like there's a jewelry man in this town.
Which I often do put a jeweler in most towns, personally.
I think it depends on the wealth of the town.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. Not like, probably not this town that we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't think that'd be.
No, I think they got like I'm thinking bare bones really.
If you-
I mean,
if-
not bare bones,
if
but
there
like the
was-
shops that we've said, I think would be.
If there was someone that would deal in jewelry, it would probably be like a tailor,
That would be your best bet.
That would be
yeah.
your best bet.
Maybe the blacksmith would take it because
Maybe.
you could put it in
For
some cool ass,
ornamental kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
like some cool ass armor.
So I'm guessing since we do have a bandit problem, that maybe the type of security or the soldiers or whoever's guarding the town.
Well, it's not
is
a bandit problem. It's a smuggling problem.
Okay.
It's a little different. Because
Okay.
smugglers want to get their stuff into town and have no business with it. You
Yeah,
wanna
it's
fight
like
me, Justin?
undercutting.
Let's
It's
just pull
about
our hairs back.
undercutting the economy, is what it's about. It's about cutting corners to not pay certain taxes under items, or maybe getting certain illicit items into shops.
I was more asking about like what kind of stuff.
Diaphragm, son.
Speak up, buddy.
As far as like police or whatever.
He always breaks out. Like he can't talk in front of the camera.
You want to talk about Mario
I get
Kart?
interrupted every 5 fucking seconds, so why would I? So what's the question? What am I doing now?
I don't
think
know.
you
What's
need
your
a hug,
question, buddy?
I said it like 5 times.
What kind of security does the town
Yeah,
have?
like
Oh, okay.
soldiers and shit.
I'd say a light guard post, like probably no more than.
And it's probably militia. It's probably
Yeah.
not actual guards.
No, it's definitely like a volunteer recruit kind of deal.
Yeah.
Really gives you a reason to have heroes here.
Yeah.
Like
right.
otherwise, why are they not fucking take care of it?
Yeah, like Farmer Joe can only like fight off like a goblin maybe twice.
He's
Right.
probably only doing it for the paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, it's like nothing's gonna happen. I got this. I got like 4 hours watched today.
Yeah. And what if the militia, like 2 of the militia guys, are why the smuggling's not been caught yet?
Oh, inside job.
Yep.
Ooh.
Kind of that helps with the hook. that
Yeah,
we're
it gives
on.
you other
That's a
ideas.
hook.
Like, yeah.
Well, that's more of like the line.
I know the camera today.
That's more of like the line, though. You know, like
right.
how do we figure out where the smugglers are? You know, what if we wait around all night waiting for them to come in? Oh, it looks like these guards aren't like that guard saw him take a crate, and he was like, "Man."
Look the other way.
Gives you another
Yep.
quest in the process.
Exactly.
Because now you got to deal with the corrupt guard.
So, who's the town leader? Like, do they have a council, or is it just like a rich guy on the hill?
I'm a fan of the mayor situation for little towns like that, unless it's maybe a farming community that's mostly farmers banded together. I like a council because that like makes sense. Different people and different goods, like a
You know, the
board of
cucumber
commerce.
market. Like, we fucked the cucumber market up. It's carrots or get the fuck out.
Oh, I can't live here. I got to get the fuck out. Hate carrots.
Hey, carrots.
I hate carrots. I do wear glasses. I did
love
not use them
carrots.
to fix my eyesight or keep my eyesight.
The entire
Like,
cast
cooked in a
was
stew, they're good. You
Oh
know,
my God,
that's about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
the entire cast wears
His
glasses.
If mine weren't crooked, I'd be wearing them.
Yeah.
I had to do this number.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
What?
Justin's just like still faced over
You're
there.
sitting on your hands. Open up, relax. I don't know what to do with my hands.
So,
I can't smoke. What do you want me to do?
Justin was going to build a world one time.
I did. I almost did.
did you?
Yeah, whatever happened with that though?
Went in garbage for the rest of my plans. We stopped playing D&D, so I just...
That
I,
shit.
Well, now because we were waiting for you to start.
I don't think we were waiting for me to start.
Well, we
'Cause
weren't
had-
waiting for me to continue, so we must have been waiting on you to start.
We had two sessions going, and then I was like,
Well, you were
talking-
supposed to invite
I
the
was
neighbors or
talking
whatever.
about.
That was why you were
Well,
starting it.
If you expect me to invite somebody to this house,
Oh, I didn't.
Well, what were you thinking about it?
Yeah, did you come up with anything?
I
You
came
made
up.
it in.
I mean, yeah. Well, no, we're still building. Plans were halted.
Like, your player characters get up to them, they're like, "Well, this fucking opens."
There ain't nobody there.
They kick it open. It's just a white room. It's just a nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing in there. Nah, it's. I had like part of town built. I had an idea for what it was going to be, but not a whole lot.
Okay.
It's just going to be it's just a coastal village.
That's dangerous. Coastal villages are always dangerous.
Hurricanes.
No,
Okay.
there's boats there, and players like to deal with fucking boats.
I've already
I'm
got.
scared of hurricanes.
I got a block for that already.
Nobody ever used hurricanes.
The block for that one was the port's taken over by pirates right now.
Okay.
Can't do shit.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
There's not anybody here to really deal
love
with it.
pirates.
Yeah,
pirates are good.
But you know what?
I used to not like pirates, but
The problem with pirates is sea combat sucks. I just roll with it. I'm like, if my players have a good idea to pack a boat. Than
I've never had a boat fight in a
Boat
D&D
fights
game.
are kind of hard to like navigate because it's the people in the people playing don't really know what the hell they're doing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. We've never had a boat fight.
No.
Dude, I've had multiple boat fights in the last
In real
4
life?
years. In real life, yeah.
You play a lot of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, no.
You know,
why
like,
you
it's
go to
hard for
Myrtle
me to
Beach?
like envision a boat fight because it's
Yeah.
like I don't know things about boats. I don't know how.
Mostly
fast-
what I know is like
what-
Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's all I'm
yeah.
basing my boat fight
Yeah.
knowledge on is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that's the typical boat fight. Like, I don't think people loading cannons with fucking nice forks and fucking shit like that and just hoping it sticks.
I don't know. I feel like I remember reading that it's kind of you just kind of hope it hits the other boat. Is it like something like that?
Well, cannon. Okay, so cannons, if you're using a cannonball, isn't about the cannonball doing damage to you. It's about making splinters go in your fucking head. That's what it's about. It's about the concussive force of that.
I figured it'd
exploding
be about
outward.
trying to make the boat sink.
That's what I
It's,
thought.
it's really not.
Huh.
Because why would a pirate want to sink a vessel?
So they're trying to. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Never thought of that.
Yeah.
This guy's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would they want to sink a vessel?
Now, a warship made by like the British Navy, now they use cannons that were designed to sink other warships. But they use different shot if they had to do with like a pirate because there might be hostages or illicit goods that they want to recover.
Is there a pit-like maneuver that they can do?
So they used a bola shot to break down like masts and stuff. And then sometimes they used almost like a shotgun shell shot, which fired like pebbles like
You
this.
know a lot about naval combat.
Yeah.
Matt really wanted to be a
I
pirate.
played Black Flag as well. I know.
Did you have all those options in Black Flag?
Yeah, you had the bola for sure.
Oh,
you
cool.
If I know it affected the rudders too. They couldn't turn.
What is a rudder?
That is
Like
what,
a Dutch?
That's what.
Yeah.
That's what things on the back kind of allows you to turn water and be
Yep.
able to like
That's what it was.
navigate where you're going to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you take that out, they're pretty much just going to go straight or wherever the fuck you want.
I'm learning today.
Yeah. So when it comes to naval combat, when it comes to D&D or something like that, I just like, you know what? You guys are on the ship. Tell me what you want to do. If they want to fire cannons or something like that, then I take a handful of dice and I roll them behind the screen, and I don't give a fuck what comes up. I just make up the story.
That's half a DMing.
Just
Yeah.
making up shit? Yeah.
Just fudge them and say whatever works.
Whatever
Yeah.
sounds good
Whatever
and make
sounds
it cool.
good. Yeah.
If my players decide to neat out for like a naval combat, well, that's how it's going to fucking work. Like, I don't know. I've done that quite a bit. Like, my favorite thing to do is like, well, is there like powder kegs on their ship? I'm like, yeah, they are, and you can see them.
Oh.
And right beside you,
Ooh.
there's some pitch and some tar,
How about
and some
that?
like stuff you can wrap around like an arrow and set it on fire. Yeah, see, they're awesome dice. Let's get rid of this boat. If you want to blow it up, though. But yeah, it really depends. Like naval combat's kind of goofy. Oh wow, that was a good tangent. Though. Naval combat for a while.
And we learned things.
Pretty good.
I didn't know.
I learned a lot of things.
Yeah.
I feel more confident in my ability to DM naval combat.
Yeah,
now.
it's all about casualties. Like if you want to do it realistically, it's all about one ship doing as many casualties as possible, so that other ship will just give. Because that's money. That's just floating money. Why would you ever want to sink it?
Yeah.
The one thing you don't see is like, why wouldn't you just get close and like board the other ship?
Boarding is effective but dangerous.
If I know PCs,
Yeah.
they love danger.
Okay, so say you board it, right? And so you're going to them. So that means you either have to throw down planks and you have to actually go over there.
Yeah.
The amount of fuck ups that can happen with you actually leaving your safe vessel to go onto a vessel that's ready for you.
They can steal your shit.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
I like to swing over
It
there
depends
on
on a lot of things. There's multiple ways to approach. There's
They are.
there's the whole grapple hook swing across bullshit. There you
Yep.
go.
If you want to do the Pirate's Life for Me type stuff,
That's
which
exactly
is
what I do.
what
I want to be a swashbuckler, damn it.
what if you're looking for a piratey kind of campaign, that's what your players are going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to grab a rope and swing over.
man.
More often than not, we're not going to think of the realistic.
Why the fuck would
And he's probably going to be wearing full plate, and it's going to be a paladin.
And they're going right through that fucking floor.
Yeah.
Can you swim in full plate? I guess you got to be pretty strong.
Yeah, you have to be very strong. I think it's a -10.
God. You shouldn't be on a boat.
Dex check modifiers, though.
Yeah,
They get hindered.
they do. But yeah, I mean, pirate campaigns are always fun to play. My friend Zach had us playing in a pirate campaign for a little while. It was all right. He had us upgrade our ship and stuff like that, put new things on
I
it.
always like the idea of having something upgradable whenever I'm playing. Like,
It is.
I guess that's
I think
partially video games.
the
but-
problem with that is I don't like it when a DM makes it instantaneous upgrades. Where it's like oh, you paid the money, it's done. You know
No,
what
it
I
should
mean?
take time.
Well, I mean, honestly, if in a perfect world, I don't think level ups should work that way either. I
Yeah.
think it should be done during downtime over a couple of weeks.
Over a couple
Do a
of weeks,
trainer, like you hold on to your level until you can find a sufficient trainer to get you to that. You know what I mean? Like just because you fought a lot of shit, don't mean now you're
You're
next
better.
level. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Your instincts may be better, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Might just realize that, it might make your character realize he should train. Because now he's got a little bit of a hint of, hey, I could maybe do this.
Even Goku trained.
Yeah, constantly. That's all he does.
So, yeah.
He's a terrible dad.
Yep. That
No, I don't
motherfucker
think-
levels up all the time.
That's true.
He doesn't have to fight anybody to level up. He just does it. Turn the gravity on, I'll level
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Hulk Hogan didn't have to level up. He's max level. He can beat
Okay.
Goku.
But he has the skin of a hot dog
He sure does.
and Chinaman hair.
You know who else has a skin of a hot dog? Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. I heard that him and Goku got in a fight. Hulk Hogan won.
Beat the shit
I
out
heard
of
that
him.
too.
Dropped the leg in front of 300 million fans
And then
at the Superdome.
and then split the world in half.
Split it in half.
This is the part of the podcast where they just bullshit, and because none of that happened.
But
Hulk
if it
Commander
did-
ran wild, Justin.
Would
But if it did,
destroy
though.
the ever living shit out of Hulk Hogan, hands down, without even trying. What they would have to get up out of the seat, really.
Live the dream, Justin.
Would
Live
just
the dream.
literally just not. It would just, and it's over, and it's done. Even Vegeta would win. Even Vegeta would win.
Is
He
it?
never wins.
Yeah, that's true.
Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
How many
In
pounds
front
was
of
he?
500. He was about 600 pounds in front of
500
100 million.
people.
500 million people at the
I
Superdome.
thought he was half a ton.
Half a ton?
I thought he was
2 tons.
2 tons.
He was 2 tons.
Okay, well, Goku can bench press planet.
Okay, if you're doing this shit in your campaign,
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't put Hulk Hogan in your campaign.
No, because your players will never be able to win.
No,
Yeah,
they won't.
They will
that's
always
not fair.
lose.
He's a real American.
Okay, well, actually, first, he'll be their friend, and he'll just be walking the forest shit, then he turns heel.
And then-
All of a sudden.
shit.
And he makes children cry.
Yep.
Robert.
Yeah, I ruined my childhood. Ruined my child. I stopped watching wrestling. I didn't, but it did ruin my childhood.
That's
He also
that's
made me realize
the
it was-
perfect setup.
Yeah.
It really was. Which, in all honesty, is great for world building. Have a guy that's supposed to be your friend.
Mhm.
Make it a mentor or something.
Face
like that.
heel turns are not just for wrestling.
No, it's great for D&D.
All stories need faces and heels.
face heel turns. Yeah, it's really good stuff. Yeah, it's so good.
I would be the Hurricane.
Scared of hurricanes, and that's why I don't like coastal campaigns.
Well,
At any moment, there could be
I
a
could
tropical storm.
Yep.
Then what I would do? Hide under a boat? Nope. Take it right up. They
Hurricane
rip the
hell.
trees up. I know what you mean. I'm diverting the conversation, Justin.
Why did you just say that?
What more do you fucking want from me?
The world? Something. Anything.
So you was working on a coastal campaign, huh? You didn't get much further than being it's on the coast, huh?
I mean, I've had a few Met a few characters. Had a kind of a basic idea of what you people were going to be doing here, and maybe a few things out beyond it. I was fine with y'all with people going out on the ocean. Even if I was just going to say you found an island, and I was going to keep doing that until they just come right back.
All right, but then I'd be exploring the island.
I was going to tell you at a certain point, like this is.
You think you just stopped us before we did?
I don't want to limit y'all because eventually it will get to that point, but I don't want to be like, nope. I just don't want you to go that far.
What I would have done is I would make one island and made a dungeon about it, and just if that happened in case, no matter what island they go to, it's going to be that.
It's going to be that island.
I hadn't even got through the first one.
Yeah, that's
I wasn't ready to go on.
That's always a fun thing. If you make a dungeon out of the insides of a tree, and they don't want to go in the tree, and they're like, "Well, fuck that tree. We're just not going to go into it." And then on the way, they decide to explore the keep. That's going to be the tree.
Yeah, it turns out I'm just going to use the same fucking dungeon I made because damn it, I put time into this.
Yep, that's how it works. That's how it fucking works.
You just change a few descriptions around.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, that's it. The DMs have most of our job is to lie to the players.
Yes, our entire job
is to lie to the players. It's pretty sweet.
If you're not good at lying, you don't want to be a DM.
Well, yeah, you gotta do it with a little finesse. Like you gotta have your players not think.
Right, yeah.
And
you gotta be a good liar.
You have to be a good liar, or you gotta tell the truth all the time for like 2 sessions, and then just start lying like crazy.
Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
A good one.
Yeah.
Earn their trust. Been ruined.
I came up with a script for mine. Like if you go to this point before this point or after this point, then this event happens. If you get here after a certain event, then this can happen.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I kind of do it like that. That way I don't have to lie.
Which
for my first session, I don't want to come up with a whole lot of shit because I don't know how yet. I've never even DM'd a session.
Over preparation and under preparation is another debate that I see with a lot of DMs. A lot of DMs. I am an over preparer. Like hell. I over-prepare.
He did a lot of research into the Forgotten Realms.
I know Evening Star like the back of my fucking hand, alright? And I will never forget that town.
And I'm an under-preparer. So, I prepare basically a shell of what I want to happen, and then I just let my players do it. Like, here's the skeleton, put some meat on those bones. Like, that's what I do. I let my players tell the story. Why should I make it up?
In a way, I like to have enough like fleshed out parts of it that it's like no matter what they do, I want to be able to like know what I'm doing immediately.
Right.
I want to be prepared for all kinds of different situations and give them a lot of different things to play with that are really fleshed out. I only over prepare for the first session. That's what it's. After that, it's a lot more drawn back. The first session, I have entirely too much planned. And I can actually go off that first run of material. Probably for a couple of sessions without really having to go back to it.
That's always a good way to look at it, too. Yeah, I mean, I've known DMs that do the no preparation. Like, they just bring their books, and they're like, go.
I've done improv before. That shit is scary sometimes. Because you got to be on your feet.
Yeah, because if you have to stop and go, which I do, because I can't go off the seat of my pants. I can't do that.
I knew, well, okay, so when we played the starter set, first adventure, I knew kind of what was going on, and then I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. And I was just like, go ahead and do things, guys. And it worked out okay.
Yeah.
Like,
it was good. I think that it was more character-driven. Our characters kind of took the reins about everything and really...
Which is helpful, because we'd already played it that first little bit, but he changed it up to where it was a little different. Remember I ran that
so I ran the starter set.
Yeah.
I was
session
there.
one. No, you weren't there for that.
Oh, okay. That's right.
I was about to say, I didn't
I read it.
twice.
Okay. Yeah, well, we did, and he changed it up enough to where it was like the players who played it, it was a little pressure for us.
Justin killed a guy. He killed the prisoner that was locked up.
Yeah, that's right.
He firebombed the tent that he was in.
Are you Peter? Sorry.
I'm not taking it. I'm not taking the bait.
Don't you do
I'm not.
You've done enough.
I'm too crippled to run away.
We're gonna firebomb your house.
He doesn't live here.
Yeah, this IP is attached to this house, man. I don't know what's like that.
Bring it, Peter.
I can't escape.
Fuck pigs.
We have cats here that I like, so don't do it.
Nah, I don't like those fucking cats. Fire.
Well, then go firebomb his house where they don't have cats.
No,
Well,
you always let it out.
Peter would take your cats and then put them down
Yeah, sure.
after they
Oh my
firebomb
god.
your house.
Anyway.
Oh.
NPCs, I think that's an important one. Like shopkeepers and stuff. Like we were starting to build them.
Yeah.
Give them a personality.
Some.
Yeah.
Now, what I like to do is I like to take those personality charts, like you got like personality and ticks, and just roll on them.
Oh, see, I never had one of those. That's so useful. Because I start to have trouble
There's quite a few
making
out
them
there.
different, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And the best way to do it is roll up a few.
Yeah.
Just roll up a few, keep them out there, and if I'm doing like a long campaign and I know it's going to be a long one, I'll just roll up about 20 of them, and then like when my players are like, well, I want to go talk to the innkeep, I'll be like, okay, I'll just roll a d20. So if I have 20 of them, okay, I rolled 14, but innkeep, this is the person. And then that's what I do, and I just write it down. I'm like, innkeep this town. So when they come back and they're like, well, I want to talk to the innkeep, well, you're going to talk to Samantha, because she is the innkeep of this town.
Yeah, that's good.
Then
I also have like
personality
certain
and everything.
tropes that I fall into. Like there's certain accents and personalities I just innately do pretty good.
Yeah.
So I kind of work them in the best I can, and then sprinkle in like a bit of RNG for the rest. You know, for ones I don't plan out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it always Cockney?
No,
That is a
sassy Jewish woman.
Sassy
Probably.
Jewish woman. Oh, all
He's
right.
Probably.
basically doing the nanny. Like,
That
or
and
woman
what was
from
the gnome's name?
Yeah, but
I like surprisingly
Sure, yeah.
smart orc.
I like that.
that.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
cunning orc. Yeah. Maybe not smart, but he knows what the fuck's going on. Like,
Yeah.
and he'll call you on your shit. That kind of orc. I like that.
What was that gnome?
Friends at Timber Brawl.
No, the one that always called me Doobie.
Friends at Timber.
Timber. Oh, okay. So that was his full name.
That
I
was
see.
his
I
full
never
name.
knew his full name.
Yeah, he's my Baldur's Gate character.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
After a while, if you get bored making new characters, you can just do what Matt does and just reuse all his old ones from everything he's ever done.
Yeah, it's true.
Timber was fun because he was he was an illusionist that ran a magic shop that didn't know he was a cleric.
Oh, that's always good.
And he's old and silly. Said silly things. Was he the one that would like jump into the pile of items to try and find something? Or was that a different gnome?
Yes.
So I thought. Okay.
Oh, maybe it was different. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I never read too many games.
There was a game where like the gnome would just like he couldn't ever find anything. Just
Right, you look for
Because it was
plugs.
a mess.
You go ahead. I'm being goofy here.
Don't be goofy. Just be a little goofy.
Oh no.
Well, we're getting sued by Chappelle. What about starting out monsters? Like how strong they are.
I'm a fan of the tropes. All right, I'm a fan of the goblins, the kobolds, rats, dogs,
Bandits.
Yeah, I'm talking.
weak bandits. Yeah, I'm into that.
I guess the smaller spectrum or the weaker spectrum of like the I'm talking about like when you first start out, you don't even know what the character the people are going to be playing, and you're just like, well, I got to make HP and all this shit for these people.
The first session, the first dungeon of monsters is going to be so bullshitted because you have to adjust it because you have no idea how these characters are going to play.
Yep.
You have no idea how well they're going to be in combat, how they're going to roll. You know nothing about them basically as far as how they work. Like you've seen their character sheet, but there's no way you can really anticipate how it's going to be.
No.
You might have
The
to take
first
away
session's
monsters. You might have to add
dungeon
monsters.
is going to be the most bullshit of them all. Because
So-
you're just going to be like trying the power level, seeing how far you can take it, seeing how far is too easy, and just like trying to find your limits.
I kind of feel like would depend on how late, like the later the edition, the more you have to. The earlier editions, like you kind of had to dial maybe the monsters back because it doesn't seem like you're as powerful in like second edition.
No,
or
because
something
you're
like
a
that.
dude.
Yeah,
You're a
but
dude,
then like
literally a dude.
3.5 and up to 5 and Pathfinder,
Yeah,
like
3.5 Pathfinder. Yeah.
yeah, you seem to be like they just you're powerful.
They
as
have
shit, so you
that-
have to dial everything up.
Okay, so I didn't quite do it on our last session that we played, but I actually like to hit my players really hard.
Yeah, I like to know like this could be fatal.
Yeah, I like to let them
this is
know
gonna
that.
suck.
And then you either have players will either smarten up and start using tactics in combat, which I really love.
Right.
Because I like to use tactics for my enemies.
Right.
Like, I like my enemies to set up ambushes and traps and stuff like that. Not like, oh, it's a spring floor! But more of like,
Ambush.
there might be a baby crib there with a goblin posing as a baby ready to stab you in the fucking throat.
The old baby carriage trick.
Yeah, it's always fun. I like my players to know that there's danger constantly on them, and they can't be like, well, we're hurt, so we're going to sleep in this dungeon. It's a bad fucking idea.
No, it's a terrible idea.
That's one thing about 5th I don't like the idea of is like you heal, yeah.
Well,
you
that's
heal, like,
that's why I was meaning to talk to you guys about that anyway. I'm a big fan of if you want to do a short rest, well, that's 8 hours. That's a short rest to me. That's a night.
Okay.
That's what I think a short rest should be.
Cool. I mean, man, I like it the harder the better, man.
Yeah. Because I don't think you should just get your spells back that quickly.
No, it's too gamey. It's too gamey otherwise.
Which I think it's fine for
Oh
starters.
yeah, I forgot they do that spells thing too.
Yeah.
You heal and you get spells back, and
Yeah, you use
seems crazy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I can't just. I mean, I wish I could just sleep 8
I
hours
think-
and be walking again. That's not how it works, though.
I think the healing surges aren't bad for like the 1 hour kind of thing. But if your DM's not being like, if you're standing around a dungeon for an hour and you've killed like a goblin patrol, the goblins are probably going to be like, well, why isn't that patrol came back?
Yeah.
They're going to be fucking ready for you.
That's the truth.
They're either going to be ready for you or they're going to hit you in the middle of your rest. That's what's going to happen. I mean,
like, if I'm not mistaken, like Morrowind or Skyrim or all of them, if you slept outside, or Baldur's Gate, if you slept outside, you get.
Baldur's Gate is the best example.
Yeah, you get ambushed by like 7 creatures.
Constantly under the threat of being ambushed while you're sleeping.
It's like you're actually lucky if you get a full night's rest in the wild.
Yes.
Like, it's kind of luck.
yeah, and it should be.
Yeah, and you can't rest at a time. That's not an end.
No.
Yeah, that's
They
illegal.
won't let
'cause
you
you're a
be
fucking
woken
bomb
up
at that
by the
point.
flaming fist on, there holds the flaming fist! And be like, go to fucking inn. They have vagrants in the street. What are you doing? You don't have 4 gold?
A lot of people forget that too. When it comes to DMing, they think that you can just rest wherever, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Most people go like outside, like the town. If you got a hunter kind of guy, most people just go outside town, so I have to go.
Yeah.
Let's go to gold. Some people do that.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, that can happen.
But those ranger characters that do go outside to sleep outside, I feel like there should be like, and we never do it for whatever reason. There should be like some sort of table of incidents. You know what I mean? Like a percentage of occurrence. Because whereas they are really good at sleeping in the wild, that still doesn't mean they can predict like a fucking black bear is going to come up while they're sleeping or something.
Right.
Interrupt their sleep
I
and they
could
get a
see-
full night's rest.
I could see maybe doing a survival
A
check
badger?
for a ranger.
The
To
survival-
base how, because I mean they do know that
That
there's
would make
dangers.
sense.
So like, how well did they make their sleeping?
Or
rate?
anything like a storm.
or,
Like if a
Right.
storm
You could
rolls
just-
in around like 1 a.m.
You can't sleep through that if you're not. I mean, maybe if you're in a tent, you might be okay.
I guess maybe that's another one of the things where you kind of ask the player, well, how are you doing this? Maybe if, like, okay, so you've got a hunter who's actually, maybe a tracker. They can say, well, I can see that over here, these deer's path are here, so more likely all the predators are going to be following this path, so I'm going to go sleep over here away from this, and that kind of give you an explanation as to why
The
they
problem I see with that is like that's cool for you to come up with right there, but the problem is like I don't think that would come up in a dialogue between 2 people. You know what I mean? Like I don't think they would ask like where are the predators, and then you would roll for predators and tell them where it happened.
It's probably rare that somebody's going to think to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's a really awesome idea, but I don't see that coming up very often. And maybe that's like the level of playing that we're used to or whatever. But
It's because, well, I mean, we never, like you said, we never ask for explanations or anything. It's like random events that'll happen at all. So
I think
Right.
if
why would we ever have that conversation at all?
exactly,
if you're playing a character that is like he's the predator's predator, like he's the guy that wants to go out there and like hunt cougars and like mountain lions and stuff like that. You're right, yeah. But he's the guy doing that. Like maybe then, like if he's really good at that, like he makes a point for his character to do that, maybe you should throw him a bone. Like, be like, oh yeah, this area has like a lot of.
I still think
And
there
you
should
should,
always
but
be.
I don't often see people do that.
That's true.
But
And I
there's-
don't. I often see them ask. Honestly.
And I still think there should be a random, event roll if you're going to sleep outside. I mean, just because you know where shit does usually happen doesn't mean it's not going to come over here for some odd reason.
I mean, that could be cool, like explaining it, and then like you roll, and let's say it's supposed to be a black bear attack. Well, you slept away from where the predator's going to be, so maybe you negate that one. Maybe. I mean, this is like gaming stuff, I guess, but I mean, if you roll rain, then it rains, and it doesn't matter where you slept. So,
Yeah.
Maybe
I can see like coming up with a table that has like a bunch of different different weather effects and different animal effects and just random wild cards that would happen in the wild.
Yeah, you're in the middle of the forest, you're asleep,
Yeah.
all of a sudden it starts raining, it's really cold, what are you doing now?
See, and that's one thing I know we don't really deal with a lot. It's always like fine temperature, and it never rains all that much. I feel like world building. What kind of what kind of tropics are you in, or whatever?
See, I always put it in a
temperate
moderate.
or whatever.
I always put it in a moderate place to begin with because I don't like starting off in those extreme temperatures because I feel like it's too much to throw the player into immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At level 1, it's
I just feel like there's a certain
Especially
point
new
you're going to
players.
bog yourself down with details, like how the sun, it's like 67 degrees out here, fairly sunny, and then the next day you have to give a whole other weather report.
And
It just seems like you're
maybe this is more of like advanced world building.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. It could be like your first time. I
want to kind of talk a little bit about advanced world building. Honestly, like how advanced do you want to like when you get your players together? Do you want to be like, oh, you got to find your spell components this time around. You got to polish your
I like
armor.
that.
You got to oil your sword.
I like those things as long as they're not tedious.
Right.
And that's a fine line.
Yeah, if
Like
we
you-
just kind of assume that you do it, I guess it's okay.
Is it locked?
Oh, I guess I
can
can
do
do
this.
it.
You got
Oh,
this?
why
All
can't
right,
you
we'll
do
throw it on a
this?
break. Yeah, we'll throw this on a break real quick. Break time.
It's my broken rib.
Oh, that's all kinds of weird
Yeah, he's not
looking.
fine.
But I guess
Shouldn't bring
that's
that shit in this
I
house.
guess that's just how it's going to have to be. All right, we're back. I'm moving my camera around a lot. Everybody's kind of in focus. This looks like garbage, but we'll deal with it.
Everybody kind of.
It's good enough.
It looks like poop. I don't like it, but I guess I'm gonna have to do it.
I can like.
I'm gonna do this.
You want to just hold my hand?
Nope, don't want to hold your hand.
Oh,
You look like you have sweaty palms on.
I don't.
rude.
I'm very.
We have a Duncan and Andrew.
Yep, added
I'm
2
gonna
people.
try not to look at the laptop.
Yeah, because your camera's up here.
He's got my syndrome now. I've been looking at the camera all night.
Because I put it in front of you.
Even if you look at the laptop, it looks like you're looking at the camera.
Yep, it's
Sick.
good stuff.
I don't know.
You can't look at both. So
You look so
Yeah, I
small.
can't
You
hold
look
I
like
can do one eye.
Oh, I think it could be.
Chameleon?
Sabby. You look so small in between things. You look so tiny.
You are a small man.
I'm
Look
not.
at you. You're little.
I'm 5'3". I learned this the other day.
What the fuck
He's
is
strong.
wrong?
How tall is a door? Like in D&D, not
He's being cheeky about it.
Yeah, I think they're like between 4'6" and maybe I don't know. That's
You're probably
information.
taller
They're
than
under
I
5.
feel a tall dwarf would be like 4'9".
Okay.
And
Yeah.
if you look at the dwarf, I look like a fucking giant. And like,
Oh,
if
yeah,
my
you're
legs
giant,
are-
man.
If my legs aren't on camera, I probably look like a
Yeah, you're a giant man.
Yeah.
You look ridiculous.
He is Andrew. He is Andrew the Giant.
Wait.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, it's
Oh,
gonna
my
get
God.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, we are back. We've
Oh,
been back for a
We've
while.
been back the entire time.
We're live, baby.
I wasn't sure.
So we're back talking world building some more. So we left off talking about. Holy crap! Did I just forget it?
Yeah.
Fuck. What are we talking about?
We mentioned advanced world building.
We were-
Advanced world building. So like, yeah, think of it this way. So we mostly would have been like hitting beginner stuff. Now we're moving on to more advanced stuff. So we're talking like world building of like you have to go find your materials to cast spells. You got to oil your sword. You have to keep your armor up. Stuff like that.
So the real nitty gritty.
Yeah, and with
Giggling about it over
Oiling
there.
your story.
And I guess we were talking.
Well, that's what you do with a sword, right? You oil it.
That's
I
what I do with
think you
mine.
sharpen
That's
it.
how you oil it.
Dude,
too.
I've
Yeah,
never
'cause
oiled down a sword.
You got a sword. You got if you're a proper dot, you got a guy.
I just
there,
do a
he's
dry
your-
rub personally.
He's your sword polish.
Because that's how you keep it
And
from
then,
rusting.
he wouldn't ride on a horse. He would ride an ass.
If Witcher taught me anything, you have to oil your sword.
And snake venom.
Well, fuck my butt.
Chill,
Everybody's
man.
fucking giggling about oiling a sword.
I'm good.
What do you want me to switch to oiling a dick? Is that better?
I told you I thought we were talking about
If you're
dudes'
comfortable
dicks.
with it, I'm not one to judge lifestyles. I hate judging lifestyles.
Something he
something
hates
I
to
hate.
do.
I don't believe that.
So do you hate people whose lifestyle is to judge people?
Yes,
Okay.
and I hate sexism. Something I hate.
We need more ladies on this cast, though.
Yeah, this thing is a sausage fest.
Robert's pretty like a woman.
The beard really brings it out.
That's my aesthetic.
Like a dwarf woman.
I don't know.
Oil and swords.
Shut
Andrew's
up,
all
Rob.
about facial
I
hair
guess
right
what
now.
we were
Yeah.
thinking about was like, when does it stop being like a game mechanic and
And then
fun,
becoming
and then
tedious.
becomes tedious bullshit?
I think it's another one of those things like everybody has to agree. Like that's what they kind of want. They want that gritty kind of thing.
Right, and I think even like people that aren't like really used or partial to little mechanics like that, if you just introduce them in a little way, it's not that bad.
Like
It's like
hey,
it really
your
sucks.
character needs to eat.
Like if your color spray needs like $100 worth of gems to fucking do it once, go fuck yourself. That's entirely too much to cast a level 1 spell. You know what I mean? A particular colored
But what if-
sands.
yeah,
is
what if
not
you
really
need
hard to
sands or
achieve,
something
but
like that?
that's kind of easy. You can find that in alchemy. That's why alchemy shops really, I think, should exist. Are for that primary reason, not for like health potions and all this, because that's like I think health potions are a little gamey in alchemist shots myself. I think that's mostly for the component side of things that are completely ignored. So you kind of have to find a reason for an alchemist shop to be alive, you know, and in that you find these different.
If it's harder to get potions, it makes it better as a treasure too.
So
yeah, exactly.
My personal opinion on that is if the player wants to be like, I'm going to oil my swords before this, then I think that's just a good little like flavor to throw in.
Yeah.
Like maybe I don't think you should add stats for that unless it's specifically called.
I mean, the DM could like really just be like, you know, you haven't mentioned it in a while. Your sword's starting to rust.
Secret durability that only the DM keeps up with.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be numbers. Just kind of.
Yeah, just like a fly by night kind of deal. I don't know if that made sense. I just really wanted to say fly by night.
I don't know either, but it sounds cool. It's a good phrase.
As a crow flies.
We'll have to make that work somewhere.
And a straight line. That's how crow flies.
Yep, sometimes.
So I like. I read a optional rule that that a guy was using for health potions, and with health potions, he used it as like a bandage application. So you had to like pour it on a bandage and wrap the area, and then you got like say you done one. So you roll a d8, and you're like, okay, I'm going to get 4 health. Well, that was trickle health throughout like each hour.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
it healed.
I like that.
So you roll a d8, it's going to heal 4 damage. Okay, well it's going to heal 1 damage every hour up to 4.
Holy shit, that's hard mode though.
Yeah,
That's hard mode though.
Yeah, I mean
And
that
I'm not
makes
opposed
sure
to that.
you want a cleric with you.
I would
if
probably
potions
drop
are
that to
already
platoon.
rare to get, I'd say you really want to step that up because that's
That would
Yeah.
be for advanced players.
Per
Yeah.
hour is a bit
advanced
much.
player is nothing. That is, I want to die. That's
Now,
Dark Souls.
now I think that you could take that and put it in a healing kit instead. That way, healing kits have a fucking use other than just giving you +2 to your medical checks.
Healing kits
Yeah.
are garbage.
Yeah.
But yeah, increase the healing kit's price by like 50 gold. Make that a usage thing. Make that have like 10 usages.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I still
sense.
think hourly is a bit much, I guess. I think like by turn is a much better system personally.
But like a healing kit, if you use it with that, that's natural healing instead. Like it's almost like
I feel like that would be good for like if you take Constitution damage or one of your stats takes damage and you get 1 point back every hour for that kind of thing. Like if you get hit by some necromantic spell that takes, well, like if a wraith attacks you and they hurt your Constitution down to like they take like 6 off your Constitution, you get 4 of it back over the course of a few hours. I think that works a little bit better than getting health back over.
Okay.
That's true. It kind of, in a way, nursed the Wraith and the Whites.
yeah, that's
But you're not going to be applying that mid-fight.
right.
And that's
true. Doing a fight.
Yeah, that's something that you're gonna pull him back to the ramshackle house and hope that they don't find you.
And then, as they're trying to put it on, maybe make them do a couple of checks and have the wraiths come in while they're doing that, or someone else attack.
Yeah, well that comes down to just having a good DM.
Yeah.
You know,
Like that would never occur to me while I'm DMing.
the old alien oscillation attack. How quiet are you guys putting those bandages on? Are you holding down his mouth so he doesn't scream while you pop his arm back in joint?
Oh.
Finn Balor didn't make a noise. Yeah, that kind of stuff, like changing the game, that's definitely...
Now, yeah, that's a whole
Advanced,
different
yeah.
layer too. That's like house ruling and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is also something that I think needs to have a. If you're used to D&D, you take a good hard look at some of these rules and be like, do we want to use this,
Absolutely.
or do we want to ignore it, or do we want to advance on it?
That's why I run 2nd edition, because I run 2nd edition that is basically just a series of house rules. I would never run 2nd edition naked. Never.
It's not 1982 anymore. Like,
Well, look, it's a good system. It just needs a little tweaking. All right, but that goes for any system. I don't think any of the D&D systems are perfect in their natural form. I feel like it's not going to be perfect for your group, and you have to make certain subtle or not so subtle changes to the books to really get it going. But that's really what the game's about.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's why
yeah,
the books
it
have
tells you right
ignored
away.
this,
this.
Yeah.
this is a guideline. or optional rule lists.
So this is what you can do. You don't have to. Do what you want.
Yep. That's basically what it says. Yeah.
And it's I think it's to be a really good DM. That's part of it is finding the balance for your game and what rules to ignore, which rules to introduce, and how to implement those. That's really what separates, in a lot of ways, the best DMs from the good DMs is how they treat the rules.
And how, like, when a rule comes up that you might not know, about how you just be like, listen, don't know this rule, this is how we're going to play it this time, look it up next time, so if it comes up again, we know what to do.
Don't halt play, just to look up some small little thing that, in the long run, you could probably just, like, fly by the ass and get it done.
Turns out you might read that book a million times, front to back. You're not going to remember where every little rule is.
No.
There's so many pages.
Oh, yeah, if somebody was like, okay, let's go back to, like, the healing potion / heat medical kit thing.
Yeah.
If I had a player down, and I know that they didn't have healing, means to heal, I mean, I wouldn't let a healing kit bring back that character to consciousness, but I'll totally let them stabilize with it. Like,
Right,
you know,
Yeah.
even though that's not what the healing kit says, and that's not even what the medical skill says, but if they're bringing on a good enough, like, oh, I wanted to try to do this, and he has a broken leg, so we're going to splint it together with this piece of wood, and that's really neat.
Yeah.
But a lot of that comes down to the player.
And that's another thing, like, a lot of DMs will deny their player good ideas by the rules, and that's, like, that's not cool. Like, if a player has a really good idea and it kind of goes against the rules, run with it.
Just run with it.
Just fucking do it, man. Like, let them do it. Let them have that little bit.
That comes with world building as well. Like, if a player, like, that's why I love to let players choose, like, tell me what your background is. Oh, you're from a village? Fuck, I didn't think of that village. Well, I'll write it in. Like, I love for my players to build my world for me. That's one of my favorite things to let them do. Zach doesn't understand that at all.
No.
Like, we were playing under him, and he's like, well, these are the places, and this is the stuff. And I really like that he put that much time and effort into it.
Yeah.
I just don't care that much.
He's an over-prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I'm guilty of doing that too, being like, this is not setting up like where things are in the world, but being like, they're gonna do this, and this is how it's gonna. Oh, they turned left.
That's the thing. When you're faced with left and right, and they go right, you pretend they went fucking left. you just flip that something. They'll never know.
Well, then you have Matt come in and one-shot a boss. And I'm just like, and he did that to Zach too, multiple times.
I'd fudge the shit out of that.
Yeah, that's what all of a
I'd
sudden.
fudge the shit out of that.
That's when all of a sudden it has an older brother and it has about 50 more hit points. It comes right out after. There's your real boss.
Timmy, no!
That was what it done.
The problem is they didn't want to do it because both times I've done it in a really weird, spectacular way. I took risks
Oh, right on.
to make the character do something weird.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta give him that.
Yeah.
I remember one time we was playing
And
on
it's
Swampers campaigns.
Diaphragm.
I remember we was playing from one of Swanger's campaigns.
Well, don't yell at me.
And he was trying to have, we had to find a sword. His little man was running away with it, and he let me color spray, and kind of broke everything that he was going to do.
Well, yeah, color spray can be the best spell that you've ever cast or the worst spell that you've ever cast.
Because it does not care who you cast it at.
Yeah.
It does not give a
It's the
shit.
shotgun of spells. When it comes to taking out someone's eyesight or smell.
I was going to ask what color spray is, but I think that was a pretty good description.
Yeah, it's
Lower
just
levels,
a-
it just knocks them out.
It's just a
They just
stun.
fucking pass out.
Oh, so it's,
Yeah.
It's like a fan, like Burning Hands is a fan. Similar, it's a fan like spell.
It's a
And
call.
anything,
Fan.
I know.
Does it shoot a damn rainbow? That's what I want to know.
Yes, actually, it is like a rainbow
If you play
graphic.
Baldur's Gate, it does.
Love it.
And it just knocks out whatever doesn't save in its fucking path.
Yeah.
And, well, And I don't know, some editions are different, I feel like, because I think there's also a chance to blind or stun or...
I think the higher hit dice they
Instead
are...
of just, like, going unconscious.
Yeah, I think the higher hit dice it is, the different effects it does. Because eventually it won't just knock them out.
That's a ridiculous spell right there.
Oh, it's great. It's first level.
But the higher level you get, the more useless it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the save is really really easy to get to.
It really only works
and,
on like peasants later on.
Yeah.
But it is fun to like walk into a bar color spray. Hey everybody, huh? Color spray.
Free beer?
Yeah, you just go free gold on the ground, huh? But here's the problem is though, if the DM goes, oh okay, well the bartender didn't care. And he's gonna like take off his apron and like pump out his muscles and pick up a warhammer and smash your head in.
Well, the town guard rushes into the bar and stabs you to death.
Little did you know that the bartender was a level 18 warrior.
Oh, shit.
Turns out he's retired.
Yeah.
This was not his first occupation. You should have surveyed the room a little bit.
Yeah.
Should have looked around and saw the giant warhammer hanging on the wall.
You're telling me you just open the door, walked in, color spray!
I know players like that.
Yes,
I have had that similar scenario happen. Some players are like, you know what, I can do anything, right? So I'm going to do everything, though, right?
Fuck
But
everything.
there's still consequences to these actions, just like in real life.
Turns out. And, like, a lot of players don't register that right off. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, but
Have you
it's
ever
all
had a player that was
fantasy.
a sexaholic?
Yes.
My wife raped people.
Yeah. I had a character that... she sure did.
She sure did.
I'm not sure how the internet reacts to that. They want to say something, but then it's flipped. So what do you do?
Yeah.
Checkmate, internet.
She'd walk into a pub and like point at a guy and be
she
like...
forced the man to fuck her.
Yeah,
That's what happened. That's what happens to me all the time.
Did she get someone to drink shit too?
Yeah, she got someone to drink shit too.
What the fuck?
God damn. I don't know. I
She
didn't know
also
about
threw you at a boss.
Yeah, she threw me at a boss one time. Was you there for that? When I got thrown at the boss?
that. I'm not sure.
We burned down a museum.
Yep, Amber. Yeah, Amber's bad around people who want to set fires, because Amber just go with it.
She instigates it. She's like, hey, you know what we can do? We
We
this-
just
we
burn this motherfucker to the ground.
we can burn this bitch to the ground. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see if Matt'll go for it. And then it's Matt's wife, so he's going to go with it. He can't not go with it, because...
It lessens
Well,
the
then
pain he gets later
Yeah.
from the whips.
The whips and the chains.
Because then he has to put twice as much lotion on the skin.
I had a character that had like he wanted to do someone from each race. They had a checklist. I think he was also a druggie or something. I don't remember.
He was a druggie and he wanted to have sex with everything
Instead
that
of a
moved.
bucket list, it's a fucking list.
It was a fucking list.
So,
Yeah. Turns out half orcs don't seem appealing to me, but he did one. So
yeah,
Probably
sexaholics,
something
yeah,
to
that's
say.
happened before.
Yeah, it's actually
pretty
increasingly common in new players.
Yeah, they want to fuck things.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'll let my players fuck things, but there is repercussions for it.
Like,
You get the
West, right?
Perpendiculades.
the book of blue magic.
Yeah.
Blue waffle.
What?
Oh,
Yep.
Ugh.
Whoa.
that'd
Need a
be
slide
our...
whistle.
Oh, I got one.
Oh shit! We should bring
I'll
that.
hook you up with that.
Okay, with that whistle.
Yeah, that's a pretty common thing, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's because introverted people around other introverted people want to be really perverted for some reason.
Yeah, that's like
Weird.
and just generally vulgar. Like that's where your murder hobos come from. That's where your
Yeah.
like super perverted people come from. It's like it's these people that aren't used
Everybody just stare at Justin.
to
Which one am I?
Here's murder.
Well, you were a child
all of
molesting
them.
squirrel one time.
This is true.
What?
We only did one session of that, so it
Thank
hardly
God.
counts.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wonder
I
why.
let- you know, I let him be it, and then I made Ever DM him.
Oh, that's a good.
It's
Thing.
like, sure.
I never
Your
went.
responsibility now.
It was more of a title than I was actually going to do anything with it.
So yeah,
That was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. I think it was a druid as well.
Yes.
Jesus.
How that worked out.
No, I don't know. Who
don't
would
even
agree with
fucking.
That was like 12 years ago.
That's the issue. Yeah. was so long ago.
Well, because you mature a lot as a role player.
Yeah.
Over time, like it stops being like that silly game, and it starts being more of like just a trying to tell a story with your friends kind of deal.
Yeah, you stop trying to be a squirrel that touches children. You become a actual human that molests goblins.
Yeah. You move up in the world. Moving up.
Rape, child molestation, touching goblins. Yeah, I think we've hit.
And
seems
fuck
like
There's a
PETA,
pattern
right?
here.
And fuck PETA, yeah.
We have
So I used to run a paladin that was almost like a preacher. Like he was like an in-your-face fucking preacher. And I had Saba's character walk behind me and play jaunty tunes while I was preaching. Through an elven village.
Yes, that was good.
Who played that character that had? It was like one was a cleric or a paladin, and like two people played it. The other
that
one
was
a demon.
Okay, so Edward and
Was it Brandon?
Brandon
Okay.
Brandon wanted to play an anti-paladin. I was like, well, that's fucking stupid. And then Edward wanted to play a paladin. I was like, that's really fucking stupid if you get these two together.
Right. That's
So I was like, you know what? Fuck him. I'll let them play the same character, but they have one body.
Oh,
Which I like the concept.
So
I really love. That's so great for role playing. Like
It's
I
just
feel like
that
if you
both
do it
of
well.
those players are kind of trouble players.
Well, yeah.
sort of.
So which one told you that they wanted to go to the bar? Which one was in control of the body?
Okay, so I made it all rely on
I wanna
like
go down.
will checks. So I made them both have high wisdom scores. But if one of them died in not died, but got knocked out in combat, the other one would take over the next
that's
turn
cool.
and got up.
Heroes and Half-Wits, the Rooster Teeth D&D session that you found on YouTube was actually pretty decent. Did something similar, but the chick that played a half-orc barbarian, anytime something would happen, and they would replace her with somebody new at the table, and it'd be like an amnesia kind of situation.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Check that out. Sounds good.
That's a neat way to do it.
you're telling viewers to go watch something else?
It's Rooster Teeth.
They're really good.
If you want to see a good D&D campaign in session, well, not in session,
Well, go watch Critical Role if you want to see a really good goddamn D&D session. Heroes and Half-Wits is much more dysfunctional like we are.
Harmon's Quest
so
is
a realistic
terrible.
one.
Harmon's Quest
Yeah, that was really
terrible.
dumb.
Was it terrible? I love the idea of all the
I said it's not
celebrities.
terrible. I didn't.
Oh.
No, I thought it was alright, personally.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear
I
that.
didn't like how they did their dice. I liked the
okay.
story they made, but the fact that just the DM had control was.
Yeah, I didn't. That's a. Very
I think that's
but it's
like
not
the
bad.
flow of
So-
the cast. I understand where they're coming from that.
That's Dan Harmon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's the same thing that happened in that Community episode where the
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's also not really D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that episode.
Those are good.
So, you guys want to hit? Let's go back to world building. We got kind of into character development a little bit. So me and Andrew, like I said, I said this earlier in the cast. We built a society from like the ground up. Like literally, we just sit there for 3 hours and built a group of people.
That was the terrain.
The Tyrannics.
You built a culture.
Yeah, we built a culture. It was really neat.
What did you talk about earlier?
I just kind of talked about like their power armor and stuff. And, like,
Yeah, we didn't get really in depth about it.
Yeah,
It was
because
kind of
I knew that he was going to. Because that's his baby. Like the Tyrannus is his baby.
Didn't we said there were like 3 branches of government or
Yeah.
that they're all military based? Like you were not bred to be military, but like it's kind of frowned upon if you refuse to go into it.
Yeah, because
Anyway.
the government controlled the funds that you were allotted each month,
Yeah.
and if you have a child or are in the military, you're allotted more funds, so your status
It's
in life gets elevated.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And the more you approach the military and become like an officer or higher ranks, you got even more funds allocated to you.
And fuck you if you got kicked out
Or
deserted or something. You're nothing.
Yeah,
to him anymore.
you and your family
Yeah, you
are
and your
nothing.
family.
Some Japanese dishonor shit.
Yeah, it's a little bit
You
like that.
fucking family.
They were like a mixture of like samurai and Russia.
Russian samurais is the closest thing. Like Russia,
Communist samurai.
That sounds
yeah.
terrifying.
Take
Damn.
communism, but with an honor system.
Oh,
When
that
it
can
comes,
make some fanatics
when it
right
comes
there.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah. They had all they're the only people that we know of so far that really. No, there are other guns in your world. But
Yeah,
they're
but they had
electric.
they had electric guns which had power attached to them. So they had to actually fill up batteries to use them all.
Did they have gauze cannons?
Nothing.
That's
Well, it's
Yeah.
magic, but they don't realize it's magic.
Yeah, it's
Because it's not that they are any better at technology.
It's
they just
Magitech.
lucked out. Yeah, they just lucked out and were like, oh fuck, we found this being of light. That's
and only the top council members know that it's even a god, and that they're draining it dry, and that that there's not many years left in it.
So it's like the sunlight. The
Yeah,
sunlight, yeah. Okay.
yeah. They know because it's a big fucking crater that's in the middle of their capital city. Like their capital city is built around the crater, and they basically have pylons to drain this god.
Yeah.
There's a constant storm going on, and just a beam of electricity from the ground to the clouds.
I feel like that could end poorly.
do they often need additional pylons?
They do. They have to build them occasionally. When the Kraken blows them up, they have to construct them.
So I'd almost say that's that kind of in-depth history and all that is almost advanced world building.
It really is.
For a couple sessions, you probably don't need to know all of that, but if you want that to be a permanent part of this world you play in a lot, then that's
So session 1, we built basically their rank and file troops and what ships they use. That was it.
basically what you're going to encounter during the session.
Which we made them very light armor, except for their shock troops, which were basically power armor.
Okay.
Their normal shock troops, they had pistol? No, their officers had electro pistols.
Yeah.
And then their rank and file troops used single shot rifles. So they would have to load in a battery, fire it, and their battery would fly out. And they had to load in a new battery with with another charge and fire that.
Okay.
That sounds really cool.
Well, then the sniper has it shoots out the little
the ball bearing
Yeah.
shot.
How does that work again? It hits and then lightning arcs things near it.
To it and near it,
Yeah.
And then the shock trooper had just a battery pack basically on the back and could launch lightning from his halberd or go in and strike you with it.
Yeah. And then you have just electric swords and all that too.
Yeah, officers had an electric sword allocated to them and an electric pistol.
But since it's magic, they had some kind of gauntlets on there, or the officers especially with their swords.
Because they were really ceremonial.
Yeah.
They weren't really combat swords.
Yeah. But they had little runes in their on their gauntlet, so when they grab it, it lights up. But if anyone else tries to use it,
Doesn't work.
What the heck kind of material was all this made out of?
Well, like I said, it was Magitech. So they kind of there's a society that was built around magic, but none of them knew how to use it. They just knew how to harness it.
Yeah. And their armor was rubber with little metal.
Then you had to
in it.
to weave it, but they couldn't actually cast any of the spells.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And that was over the course of 3 hours. Just being how does this work? Well, we talked about it for a couple hours at work.
Yeah. It was a good build, though. It was fun to build that up.
Yeah, certainly an interesting idea and a in-depth kind of deal.
Yeah.
My original thought was for it to be a just sci-fi society in a fantasy world, and to see how those two things would interact. We ended up making it more magical
Than science fiction.
Yeah.
Which, makes sense given the...
Given the world.
Yeah, right.
It's as close as you can get to sci-fi while keeping it
Yeah.
magic.
Definitely. Yeah, that's kind of our build that we put together. You guys want we talked a little bit about a pirate world, and Zach had a pirate world.
Yeah. With very anti-pirate but pro-pirate at the same time.
Yeah, because we were a pirate group of sorts.
Yeah. And we were starting to build a fleet basically, and then the campaign kind of
dissolved.
Yeah.
That happens. So
Yeah.
that's
a
just gonna
lot.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened with one of the Tyrannus stuff. Because I wanted I got it to an end point.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I don't see why we can't bring them into whatever campaign we end up going with.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of ideas are very punch and play. You know, you can just like insert them ham-fisted as much as you want, and like.
Well,
I mean, your players are going to
Be-
know or care, or even if they do know, they probably don't care that you took it from something else. I mean,
Yeah. Like it's very heavily in like that. Like their electric based attacks are very heavily influenced from like War Machine,
Yeah.
but we just flipped the faction that it was attached to, kind of.
Well, I mean, we're in your world that has that faction in it, on an island that just became available.
Right.
So I don't see why they wouldn't have a vested interest in it to try and look for new power source that the council would not
It's true.
necessarily not know if
Yeah,
they're not.
those people might show up. I mean, I've ham-fisted in the Nimnodia in too many campaigns. You guys probably won't see Nimnodia. I'm kind of done with them.
Until,
isn't it? So this is set in that same world, though,
Yeah.
the one we're playing,
Mhm.
and it's just way in the future, right?
It's 25 years after the fall of Nimnodia.
Okay.
So
Yeah, because we kind of ruined their.
Everything.
Yeah, we stopped their final like we were going to take over the world plot. We fucked
they
it.
stopped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my 3-shot.
Yeah.
So theoretically, like those electric people, their god could probably already be drained by this point.
Yeah,
Right.
some interesting things happened with that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. There could have been a god fight. We haven't really sussed it out,
Yeah.
but that's the viewers. If we have viewers, they don't want to hear it.
No.
They're here to talk about world build.
Right.
So-
Right.
So
what's your probably all DM at some point?
Except for Justin and him, I think.
or, yeah.
Yeah, I've never DM'd.
What's
I
your-
think I've DM more than I've played.
Same.
I'm about 50-50 split. 'Cause I DM'd for a while.
Yeah, you did
That
it for
one
a
went on
year.
For a while.
You did it for a year. I took over like a 3-session little jaunt there.
Yeah.
Which I like doing, like little 3-shots, like in the middle of someone's campaign, if I can work.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Well, if I can work a story in there. Oh wait, no, I've done another 1-shot
Yeah.
after that. I've done the city bomb riddle session.
Yeah.
I'm doing that one.
But what's your favorite bit of world building that you've done? Like even if it's some little detail that probably nobody noticed, but you're like, oh yeah, then I like that.
Oh, you wanna take that one?
Well, I'm gonna need a second. Go ahead.
Oh man, that no one noticed.
Well, not necessarily, but like
Character interaction. I feel like I set up a lot of. I can't really give an exact example right now, but I put up a lot of little relationships, like notes that people will have between shopkeep to shopkeep that like never fucking come up. Like it never
okay.
fucking comes up, but like everything's like intertwined in a very loose manner. That if you ask the right question to the right person about the right thing, like it leads you right to where you need to go.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
little things like that. I think are probably my favorite part of world building is just like piecing it together behind the scenes. You know,
So mine is after a campaign is finished. Even if it didn't finish, I finish the story. So we done a campaign with Wes, and Wes took over his father's barbarian tribe. Okay, like he took control of that tribe.
that's my favorite. That's my favorite.
So we had like 2 or 3 sessions after that. Then it kind of fizzled out. Well, I wrote it so that he took his father's mantle and then ended up taking that tribe and taking over like the big cities with his barbarian tribe. So he like tore down society with his barbarian
Oh
tribe.
man.
So if we ever go back to those lands,
Yeah, they're like you. It would be like a torn city with basically Wes's character sitting on a bloody throne.
That's bullshit.
Cozen.
Yeah,
No,
Cozen. But that's probably one of Sebastian was there. Justin was actually
That was one of the
4
greatest
people.
wrap-ups to not
I don't
just a
know who
session,
Wes
but a
is, so I
campaign
wasn't
that
there.
I've ever seen.
Well,
Holy
here,
shit!
explain it. I don't
I
want
can't-
to.
I can't-
I don't want to blow my own whistle here.
No, you gotta.
No,
blow
you
your
do
own.
it. You
no,
do
you
it.
got.
No, you do
go
it.
ahead.
You do it.
Go, baby.
Do it.
Baby,
Do
go.
it.
No, I
want-
can't.
I want you to tell the story.
No, I want you to tell the story. I'm not gonna do it. Justin, will you tell
This
the
is what
story?
happens when two GMs don't want to tell a story.
No, this is what happens. You get
Nobody tells the story.
This is two Rathbones in the same room. That's I can't remember.
Well, Andrew, you remember what?
There you go. There.
Quit mumbling.
Damn, somebody tell a
I
story.
will do what I want.
Diaphragm.
How much I talk like this?
Oh,
Talk like this.
It's barely picking you up.
Oh, it's actually picking me up.
Yeah.
I can hear you. Jim.
No one's trying to
Okay.
pick you up.
I can't remember exactly how we got there, but we ended up at a bar with, we ended up in a tavern with,
Okay.
we were setting up to be the main, the big
Okay,
bad.
so okay, I'll tell it.
You failed, Andrew.
Redirect.
So, that is redirection. So, you guys were basically sent up north to deal with a barbarian problem. Sebastian's character was an oracle. Had been getting some visions of that up north, but he wasn't exactly sure what was going on. So they get up there, and they do some things in a barbarian village, longhouses and stuff like that. They have more Viking-y kind of barbarians and stuff like that. And they meet they go to the main longhouse to see well, we need to stop these barbarian raids. Stuff's going down. The society doesn't like it. So they talk to this big burly man. And then you go into a trance just all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
A vision hits him. And he sees the longhouse is on fire and ogres just fucking slaughtering people.
Woo.
And you try to say something, right?
Tried.
You tried to say something and they ended up making a deal.
But I was a
And-
crazy
But
person.
she was a crazy person. And the big guy that I was going to be well, this is the big baddie. This is the guy you're going to have to fucking deal with. He opens the doors to his main longhouse to walk outside and announce some things. And then the players get just splattered with blood, and a sword comes out out of his back, basically in front of him. And then he falls down, and Wes's character. His character's father left him basically on a bloody battlefield, and he got fireballed in the fucking face, presumed dead. Well, his body falls down, and Wes's dad's standing there with his tribe of ogre barbarians, and challenges him versus the party to combat. To prove
Which was
his
a
fucking
really
worth.
interesting fight too.
Yeah.
I don't remember the mechanics
Okay,
especially right
so-
We
off.
were in the circle of.
Yeah, so I had oh sorry man. So I had so I had a circle of ogres, and I made his health pool ridiculous because he's a fucking barbarian
okay.
king. Yeah, and every turn, every round, I guess, the ogres would get closer. And if you got and he would try to kick you back into the ogres, and the ogres just fucking well on you.
Damn.
Think of a wall of daggers kind of thing going
Yeah.
on. Don't touch the walls.
Right.
Yeah.
And the walls keep coming in on
And they
you.
keep coming in on you.
I
And
got knocked out early. I think.
It's like a lumberjack, man.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So toward the end, they finally fell him, right? And he's laying there, and I had a problem player, Giorgio, who was sleeping the entire time.
But woke up for this.
He wakes up and Wes,
he was asleep, or his character was asleep?
he was asleep, and
He literally just sits up
yeah,
and does
and
this.
Wes and his father's having this moment of his father's imparting his barbarian horde onto Wes, being you know what, you failed your father, you're the new leader,
Right.
And and then Giorgio's I'm gonna kill his dad. Just gonna kill it.
Well then,
So I was and this is one of the very few times I've ever said fucking no. And I was like, okay, so you walk up to this and you get knocked out. And I was like, yeah, because like the heart and soul of the barbarian like tribes are being like imparted on here, and like the auras are going on. Essentially, Wes is going Super Saiyan, and it like deflects the hit and knocks fucking Giorgio just straight the fuck.
This
out.
after like 15 minutes of fucking just debate.
Yeah,
Garbage.
Yeah.
Like, it was a long time. It felt like.
And
Yeah.
at certain points, people were starting to get really emotionally invested in this and getting fucking angry.
yeah.
I was angry. I just joined the goddamn thing 3-4 sessions ago. I'm like, what? Just let it happen, man. This is beautiful.
because Wes, that was Wes's last session. He didn't want to play anymore. I wanted to let him off for the bang.
Back to the army.
Yeah, he never joined that. But
Yeah, well, whatever it was, you know.
whatever it was, he wanted it to be his last session, and that's really cool. So I ended it with him like becoming the new barbarian king, and yeah, it was really fun. It was a good session.
That sounds really cool.
That's my second favorite session. My favorite session is the sinking city. I think.
Oh, the sinking city?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
God.
the one that was there for that. It was like a city of like ships, wasn't it?
No,
That,
it was just so.
it was
It was
an island.
basically a city built on top of an island,
Yeah.
but the island was like sinking every year because they kept building up.
Mhm.
So instead of like trying to solve what the fuck's going on, they just built another story onto the buildings that were there.
Oh.
Yeah.
But eventually, they was going to be completely sunk. But anyway,
And we got to town and there was some children missing, right? And oh man, there was just so much to that session. Like it just kept going and going and going and going, and we figured out that the children were being
but there was like a big
festival.
there's a big festival going on at the same
Yeah.
time.
I like festivals.
Always something going down.
A little bit. The festival was going on, and we figured out that the kids were just disappearing. We figured out that we thought they were being kidnapped by kind of ghosts or something.
Because they had some ghosty interactions.
Ghost interactions, yeah. We ended up like chasing a guy over rooftops, and Wes like did a dive and like rolled through a window.
He failed and busted down like 3 stories down through a window
Damn.
and landed.
Oh, this is the session where like we were getting shot at from above by someone or like a group of like Vanderby people that we ended up figuring what it was about later on. But at the time, we were just getting shot at, and Amber, instead of like trying to fight, she walked in the door, or walked in the door,
like kicked the door in.
yeah, and then walked up the stairs, took a round or two to get upstairs, and then just kicked the door in, knocked the guy out the window, paralyzed him, and then I healed him, and then I was like, "You're not gonna run, right?" He got up and ran, and I shot him in the back.
And credited.
And critted.
So I made him paralyzed again. Because it like latched into his spine. And then they just proceed to carry this fuck around.
Yeah.
Like all session, just carrying him around.
Until, what was it? We figured out where the children were being taken, right? And it was down in a cavern or something?
Yeah, you had to like teleport to an area.
Yeah.
And then it was like a sacrificial chamber with like a big well in the middle. And they were wondering how deep the well was, so they like threw a torch down. They're like, "Well, we can't see anything." The torch went out, so they lit her on. They attached a bunch of torches on her and lit her on fire and threw her down the well.
Did you learn anything?
So you guys are lawful good, huh?
We ended
That
up,
was Giorgio and Wes's character, which I think that works.
yeah. But we ended up going down the well. Giorgio made the bone armor. The
Yes,
children's
so they figured out that they had been sacrificing children there. So there's just piles of like little kid bones
Yeah.
there. And Giorgio was playing like
a rope.
but like a short character.
Yeah.
So they like scouted ahead in the caverns first and figured out there was like some ghosts there. So he tried to be a ghost. So he made himself be a skeleton man. by attaching little kid bones to
Oh
himself.
my god. I'd say it's one of those dark campaigns.
It got crazy.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So did it work?
No,
it
didn't.
Fucking of course it did. That's absurd.
It's one of Matt's campaigns. There's a 50-50 shot. I found with Matt doing the DM shit, if you explain it, if he lets you explain what you're wanting, more likely he's going to let you do it. The more interested he is, the more he's wanting to see it play out. So if Giorgio sparks his interest, he'd get by with it. Guaranteed.
Amber once tricked a guard group by throwing a ball.
Yeah, that wasn't me DMing. That was Edward.
Edward. She critted on the fucking ball throw or
Yeah,
something.
this nat 20 on level
Oh, it was
1,
like a
so
bluff
it's
check.
not like you can really do anything.
It was crazy.
Huh? So,
We ended up going back to town right after that because we couldn't figure out what was going on.
yeah, like the ghosts had a few ideas, like you guys they was like saying stuff like, "Oh, you shouldn't be fucking with us. We're trying to save these kids." Blah 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 blah. So you guys went back to the leader, like the lady,
So, yeah, the lord of the town.
the lord of the town,
Yeah.
and her and his wife met you.
Yeah, that's right. And we were like I got split off from the main group or something, and you pulled me to the side and like, yeah, you're looking at this painting of like this old leader that, like what, 100 years ago or some
Yeah.
odd things like that, and you realize it's the same woman in the picture and that you're talking to. She's not an elf or anything. She just looks like a human. And then you go in there, I was like, oh fuck.
He got into some areas of the castle where he shouldn't have been,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and found the art room.
Yeah. And went back to run and tell the group, and I think they'd already figured out something was going on, right? And the thing was that she was a demon
That was taking sacrifices to keep the city afloat.
yeah.
Okay.
But that's a key. You kill the demon, and the city's gonna fucking sink and
Yeah.
kill a lot of people. Or do you let her keep sacrifices?
Oh, that's a tough one because she's killing kids.
Well, they killed her.
Yeah.
Oh, but if you sink the city, the kids are gonna die anyway. So.
Then we killed her. And we didn't go back. We just left.
Because
Like,
why
"Alright."
would you? Why the fuck would you?
You're like, oh,
ain't
God.
nobody saying, "Hey guys, welcome back." No,
Yeah, 'cause
not
it's
happening.
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, they had been sacrificing kids to this demon.
It just seems like everywhere you people go, you kind of turn it into Dark Souls, where everything's just really shitty after you guys leave. And the next person who comes through here has to deal with all this nasty bullshit that y'all left behind.
That's kind of Resnick still.
That's my character that I'm playing in his campaign. So he's cursed that wherever his path is leading him, where he's going to is fucked.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
we
his
can't say
curse.
shit. In our campaign, we've literally murdered everyone we've come up against.
Yep, you didn't have to either. Didn't have to kill a single fucking soul.
You know what? If people just weren't rat people all the time,
Or
it might be a little different.
That's the only issue, because the Saints were all rat guys too.
or possessed in any kind of weird way.
Don't be possessed.
Yeah.
Don't be rats. Like, I think these are just like rules of all lands.
I'm just a butler.
Don't have an awesome cloak I want.
That too.
That cloak's gonna get you some trouble.
You caused a bunch
That
of
cloak's
random
gonna be
runners
amazing.
people, like just civilians, to die because you threw fucking those ball bearings down. So poor homeless people died instead of the bad guys.
My bad. Yeah, everybody,
They,
you know,
they were homeless though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know how you deal with the homeless?
Well, you don't give them homes.
Yeah, you kind of either you give them homes, you kill them.
And who can afford homes? Not me.
Yeah, so
You only smash
This
rats.
is taking a weird turn.
yeah. Also,
Give a
maybe,
few boxes.
maybe we could solve homelessness and world hunger just by eating the homeless. I
Well,
mean,
then.
we don't do it, but like the
Wait, the other homeless people eat other homeless people?
like poor people, like like the soup kitchen people, like they could have. or after, like just start
You want to cut up vagrants and take them to the soup kitchen. Feed them to the other
I mean,
people.
it's not,
X-Files?
it's not a perfect idea, but it is an idea. I'm not supporting it 100%.
I'm not going to push it off
It's
the
your
table. I'll
idea.
leave it there.
Well, you know, I have bad ideas.
I'm not going to pitch it nowhere.
I'm not either. Like, not beyond here on the internet. Proceed.
So what's some of y'all's favorite maybe worlds that have been built that you wouldn't mind to play in? Anything like that kind of stuff?
What do you mean, like that we've built, or just
No, like worlds out there that
I'm
that
really
have
into the Forgotten Realms setting.
Okay.
Maybe just because I fucking studied it so goddamn much. But I, even though it is higher fantasy, I really like the lore surrounding it and the various areas, and of course the dungeons that have been built. And there's so much material for it. Like Dungeon Magazine was basically like dedicated to putting out Forgotten Realms. Fucking
most video games that D&D had was in Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
Well, it's their main setting. Like that's.
I like the.
It used to be Greyhawk.
Yeah, I was gonna say the book was set in Greyhawk back in 3.5. But
yeah.
Here's a question. Not to get off too far off topic, but blatant ripoffs. Like, when do you, at a certain point, like in a world that you've been made of, you see something, you're just like, that's cool. I'm just going not even apologetic, just rip.
I think that's fine. I honestly think that's okay.
sometimes knockoffs are better than the real thing.
Yep.
Okay.
And it can go even though you still like the source or whatever, it can go completely different.
Mhm.
Oh,
If
yeah.
your characters or if your players do like one thing differently, it can completely change.
I've really wanted to play I really wanted to DM a campaign set in the Fallout universe, but in Cuba.
I would play
Why
the
Cuba?
fuck out of that.
Why Cuba? Because
It's
it
an
works
island.
with the it's an island, and it works with the 1950s theme.
Yeah.
Like with the Cuban Missile Crisis and stuff like that. The 50s, 60s top
that sounds good.
era. Because you never see what happened to the other countries. Like, what kind of technology did they work on? You know?
That would be
Was
a
Vault-Tec
cool
over
thing
there?
to do. Fallout, France.
I know there's a couple
No.
in Russia in the lore, right?
It's China. China. It's a lot of China.
China fucking everywhere.
England too, or am I just making that
No,
up?
it's just
No,
you hear a
China.
lot about China
It's America, China, and, well, Alaska's, I guess, still.
in Canada, Canada, Alaska, because we annexed Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because China invades Alaska, so we annex Canada into America to have a staging point into Alaska.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, and that's for Anchorage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How about Conan World? You'd like to play in that, right?
Oh man, Hyborian Age. I'd be all about that, man.
That one book.
Low fantasy, gritty as fuck.
Yeah, but then they have the like Cthulhu shit going on, and that's cool. Like the
Oh
old
my
gods
God.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
Elephant Tower.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that's that could be really interesting and it go a lot of ways.
Just a Cthulhu game would be fun. I would love to play an Age of Cthulhu game.
I like the idea of the sanity gameplay aspect.
Oh, the insanity and stuff.
That's
Yeah,
all
oh
it
yeah.
seems.
Well,
Right,
a lot of people say this. As soon as you pull out a gun in those games, you've already lost most of the
Yeah.
time.
Because, I mean, you can't kill.
Yeah.
It's what do you?
So, how about some more details on this Age of Cthulhu? Like, what is the.
So most people say Age of Cthulhu, or are you talking about the Conan stuff? Cthulhu. So most people set it in the 30s. That's usually the time frame that they do. So you got Tommy guns and stuff like that. But it's mostly like a murder mystery game until everything hits the fucking fan and everyone dies.
The sanity mechanic, I think,
Yeah.
is really
Oh,
the
that
selling
game.
point.
I remember that game.
Robert could probably talk the best about that.
I mean, no, I haven't ever played. I've read about the sanity thing a little bit.
We
but
played it.
No, I didn't.
You watched.
I did
Remember that
not.
game I borrowed from the guy next door when we was at the apartments?
Nope.
Well, they got like the
I don't
card
remember.
game thing, right? But they also have like
Oh, no,
RPG.
Yeah.
An actual RPG. Yeah.
It's all called like Call of Cthulhu usually.
It's all Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
just one
mostly it's set in the 30s, and it's mostly like a group. Like it's usually like an investigator, and you're investigating something, and then it turns out to be a bunch of insanity.
Yeah, there's like a cult. It's usually dedicated to
cults
them, but
and
nobody
stuff
really
like that.
knows about the old
I
gods.
feel like the
except for
sanity
those.
meter was comparable to the humanity meter in White Wolf.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
it was
yeah,
that.
maybe, yeah.
I think it was
You kind of
similar
start
to
losing control of your character, maybe. I see.
You do. Yeah, and
That could be
but you have to have a player that knows how to do that too.
Like you gotta have
It's-
role
you know,
players. I
just
imagine.
like White Wolf, it's really
It's
highly
really a role
intensive
play.
for the role players.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you're a combat-based player, you're probably not gonna enjoy those games as much.
I mean, you might kill some cultists,
Right.
or
Something.
something like that. Maybe a
Well,
couple. Like it really depends. Like if I'm going to play Call of Cthulhu, I want it set in the 70s. That's what I want to do. Like Cthulhu discotheque. I'm down with that all day long. Yeah, that's what I would want to do. I don't want to Call of Cthulhu in the 70s.
You just
you
want a
could-
fucking squid exploding out with disco balls.
Yeah. Well, think about the crazy, like, over dramatic cop dramas too. It would be perfect.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
We kind of got near there in our.
Yeah. I done like a half-baked superhero campaign where I said it. So basically, like, the government had created like drugs that made you into a superhero, but they were testing them out on homeless people and drug addicts to try to figure out what kind of fucked up shit happens when they're injected.
I think you experimented with that idea when we did the first D20 Modern
Mhm.
at the shop fucking
Yep.
Oh, wow.
forever ago.
Yep, I experimented with that idea, put it on the back burner.
There were a lot of people playing that game.
Yeah, they were.
There was like too many people playing that
Mhm.
game. We pushed 2 tables together.
Yeah,
Holy
God,
jeez.
turns took forever. I bet.
yeah, it did. But
It was more. I think it was more looking up rules and bullshit. About
It
the
Because
really
we were new to
was.
the
'Cause
system.
that was the first
too,
time we
so
actually ever
it's-
done it.
Mhm.
So it was like a lot of. I think we was more theory crafted as we was playing.
But I ran it in Savage World system, which it's good for that gritty kind of punchy top. It's also really dangerous. It's a dangerous system. You
It's
die
kind of
really
easy,
easily.
compared to D&D, you're kind of.
Yeah, but I had them kind of have like a cop drama kind of thing. I had 2 players. It was just Andrew and Zach, and they I pre-built the characters. So they had a choice between 3 different characters. They had a choice between the rookie, the bad cop, or the veteran, like the grizzled, like, I'm too damn old for this shit veteran. And Andrew decided to be the rookie, and Zach decided to be the veteran. It turned out really well.
Which one did blackface, and did they switch?
Zach totally done blackface.
Did they,
Like, he actually came to the table in blackface, and I was like, wow.
Wow.
That's going a bit much.
At any time did the 2 roles switch, and you decided to be the blackface, and he decided that, and then eventually just dropped the whole thing, and you didn't do it at all.
So, so I rolled up some traits for him too. Like Andrew Andrew was constantly eating stinky foods. That was one of his traits. He
So I
just
had,
smelled
chili
bad.
dogs and all kinds of stuff. And,
Andrew was also the best driver,
yeah.
right? And the veteran had access to all the firearms, but
Yay, guns.
but he could never believe what was going on. He always had to disbelieve what was happening. He had to rationalize everything.
Right on.
Yeah.
So when
Until shit really hit the fan. It's
yeah.
like, I don't know what.
so they had to. They were. So they had a scene where they were driving away. They had a chasing basically in the car against a hyper-injected mutant rhino because they started. So the government also was testing it on animals too. So
and they chose
Rhinos?
yeah.
That's
Great idea.
irresponsible.
Because it was
Why
at
not
the
a
zoo.
chinchilla?
So they like
Chinchilla is a lot more recent.
he splattered an 8-year-old girl on the front of his hood of his car.
What the shit, man?
I want your badge of gun.
She
What's your damn
she
keys?
was all mutanted out though, with
Oh,
razor blade arms.
Look, if Men in Black
Alright,
taught me anything, those are the people you gotta trust.
What's 8-year-old doing it out at fucking midnight?
That's like if
With
you
a
see like an
fidget spinner.
8-year-old zombie, you're not going to not shoot the zombie just
Yep.
because it's 8 years old.
That's true.
No,
It
sure.
was fun. It was a good campaign setting. They
Sounds it.
it was a 2-shot. They both ended up with cool superhero powers at the end. Andrew became basically the Human Torch,
Yeah.
and Zach became like a yin and yang kind of thing. Like his body, he could like split himself in half, and like one half be like a dark energy and one half be a light energy.
Okay.
But Zach ended up dying by the big baddie, who basically turned into a half Godzilla.
And half Cthulhu.
A half
Half-
Godzilla.
Half like not like like a lizard mutant fire breathing Godzilla type thing, but not as tall. But his like dark half died, so I had him
had lava from because she created like I created like a volcano.
Yeah, you created a volcano under him.
Yeah, and the lava like poured out, and he was up against the car, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And it just the wave hit him.
Yeah, the wave hit him, and so he like transported himself back to where he was, but he was only like half. So he was just like bleeding out and shit.
Well, shit.
And, he had figured out where the antidote was, and he had the antidote on him, and he like injected Andrew's character last minute to save Andrew because you burn out.
Yeah.
So when you get the powers, you become fucking Superman, but you have to constantly be injecting yourself, or you burn out and turn into goop, like this oozy goop.
Yeah,
So he cures Andrew. Andrew runs out, going to fucking tell the world, get to the security panel, opens up a fucking door, gets mowed down by the U.S. government. He's fucking shot down. And then we ended it there.
Yeah. Like I open the door, he's like, "Okay," and I'm gonna run in. He's like, "Okay, hang on, yeah." You make it down the stairs, you fling the door open, you look up, and you just see a line of cops just start firing, and you hit the ground.
Yep. But here's the kicker. So I said it in Birmingham, and I had like real maps of Birmingham to hand them out.
Alabama.
So, of Alabama. It's set in Birmingham, Alabama. Okay, so there's a little reasoning why. So we went and saw Nightwish in Birmingham, and we were waiting outside the place because Amber wanted to fucking get there super early. And like across the street was this medical conglomerate organization kind of place. Yeah, conglomerate basically. Yeah. And me and Angie were just sitting out there making up stories of them.
Yeah.
And
what was their name?
I forgot. I forgot now. But anyway, we was making up stories of like what happens. Maybe there's like seedy underground. Maybe there's like a mutant basement going on.
Yeah.
And so I set that on top of that.
I see. That's cool.
But I actually printed off like real maps, so they had to, and like real places. So they actually went to real places in the game.
We thought that'd be cool for White Wolf, was to set it like here or somewhere we knew Asheville.
Yeah. I think that's really neat. I think that's a good idea.
It's easier to visualize.
Yeah, put it in Asheville.
But
that knows where Sweeten Creek Road is.
Dude, Sweeten Creek.
So
Swedes live.
here's
I'm sorry.
Here's the
Swedes.
What in that? No. Come on, hand check. Keep them up there. Don't
so my favorite part about that whole campaign was
sorry, Justin. Don't
they
be
ended
jealous.
up basically taking a briefcase full of these drugs away, and Andrew's character hid it away in his home.
Yeah.
So Andrew gets shot, right? Of course they're going to go search his house. They're going to pin the whole thing on Andrew's character.
That sounds right.
Yep.
Even though it was a government kind of thing.
Nice.
Yep.
It was good. It's good stuff.
That's a nice little detail.
What do we got here?
He doesn't own that shirt.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, it's a good shirt. You got a good shirt.
You got a good shirt, man. Congratulations.
Go sell it to you.
Yeah.
What?
Your Deadpool shirt. This guy wants it.
You can get it at Walmart.
Send us a pizza, and I'll send you his shirt.
Yeah. Make it a good pizza.
He'll never know it's gone.
You like pineapples?
Get the fuck out of here.
What about anchovies?
Yeah, if you give him some pepperoni, that way he can sit on his
The worst
goddamn
fucking
horse and
time.
look down on you. Like
$7.99 Walmart.
But then he'll come over and be like, I guess I'll have some of your pepperoni pizza. Like,
Yeah.
he's doing you a big
I don't like pepperonis either.
Like, he's
yeah!
I'm not a
you don't act
pepperoni
like
guy.
you're doing us a big fucking favor when you eat.
Fuck pepperonis.
I do
Worst
like
topping.
pineapples though, and anchovies.
I didn't whatever.
I've never had
Maybe not
anchovies.
the same.
I will
I've
do
had
it.
Sounds
anchovies.
gross.
Anchovies are fine.
I've never had it.
I tried them one time.
sausage.
They are
Sausage.
I hate
Fucking
sausage.
so-
Yeah,
Oh.
I
I
agree.
think
I don't
it's too
think I
thick
like
for a pizza, generally, but it's okay. I can handle it.
Like a veggie pizza kind of thing.
I
We're
love
supposed to
pepperoni,
talk
but I
world
want
building.
mushrooms and black
I'm
olives.
building
Not
Alright,
pizza
this is-
building.
This is getting ridiculous. Yeah.
Since you mentioned Wild Wolf, I'm gonna say go back to a previous topic, and one of the worlds I like to play would be the Witcher universe. Since everything is kind of high fantasy, but not really. It completely is high fantasy.
This guy really likes Deadpool.
What if you want to play Dragon Dogma?
Never played Dragon's Dogma, so I can't say if it's good or bad.
It's fucking amazing.
Matt wants to
I would love to play in that world.
Matt really wants to play in Dragon's Dogma World.
No, who wants to play?
Now, I already live in a crazy world where Dragon's Dogma is on a top 10
It's
list.
not there anymore.
Almost beat your ass out too.
We have the top 10 list of what to call Robert.
You know, I saw that fucking top 10 list. And I don't know what the hell you guys were doing that day.
Illegals.
I took a nap.
I feel like all of y'all took a nap and just like threw darts at games. It's like,
Get the fuck out of here.
That's what it was.
Well, you know his
That's
list is going to
what
be
it was.
crazy.
I know.
That's-
And he's not going to have a top 10.
No, it's true. It's like 3 games.
He's going to have like a top 7.5.
7.5 is accurate.
They're trying to fix that. They're
Yeah,
trying to fix
I played
that.
part of that game. It was alright. I didn't want to go back to the rest.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like, building worlds in modern or near Tom's is
I have
It's a
an
lot
easier
harder.
time with. Oh, you have a hard time?
I have a hard time
Okay.
with building modern worlds. I guess because I've done so many fantasy old worlds, but modern seems like a little bit more intricate for me. I guess.
yeah, because you have to add cars and cell phones.
Yeah,
I
I'd
wanna do a
accounting
world
for
of
that.
Mario.
Mario?
This has been my shit.
He's been screaming this, yeah.
For years, man. There's actually a really good unofficial thing that an image board did that you can probably find a wiki for. I forget what it was called. But it's a really interesting RPG game based off the Mario world that's really in depth and it seems like a cool system.
Fucking Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Mushroom Kingdom is. I mean, after a billion games, like, it's pretty fleshed out now.
Yeah. God, I wish I could remember the name of it. If you just look up like some sort of unofficial Super
It'd be
Mario
a silly
RPG,
game by
like
all
an
means.
image
but
board definitely came up with a really cool system.
That's
for it.
cool.
Yeah, check it
I
out.
have no idea. That seems ridiculous. What's the fucking classes? Plumber?
Well, no, it's like different
Dinosaur.
races, because you can be you could be like a toad, right?
Yeah.
Or you could be a human. Or
I
you
want
could
to be a Yoshi.
Can I be a dude?
you could probably be a Yoshi.
I wanna be a
don't know if you'd be toad. You can't be a fucking boo
So
because
you
it's
can
an
just
enemy.
stand
I
there.
don't care. I want to be
You
a
might be a nice Koopa.
I defected.
There's a couple of boos don't defect.
Yeah,
Boos don't
I
defect.
thought boos
It's
are
my
neutral.
choice. It's my character.
there is that one boo in one of the Paper Marios that's underside.
I thought they're all pretty much neutral, though, because they're ghosts,
Well,
right?
they're always dickheads to me, so what do I
That's
know?
true. They always try to kill me in the game, so except for that one. That one was my friend.
Are you talking about the ghost women?
Duncan's a
Wasn't
Yoshi.
there?
You are a Yoshi.
I'm right.
You're watching
Well-
as you're a Yoshi. Get sucked.
All right, here's my thing. Why is Peach? Super Mario RPG. We learned that her fucking the Chancellor is a toad, right?
Are we talking about
Everyone's
the
a
movie again,
damn
right?
toad.
No.
No.
The greatest movie of all time? I'm sorry, that's
Legend of
Dragon
Seven
Ball
Stars.
Evolution. Anyway.
Why the hell is she a
Murder
human?
you.
Was she adopted? Where's the mom at in all this?
Have you
did
not
a mushroom?
Mario Galaxy.
No.
Well, there's time bending stuff in Mario Galaxy.
Do you meet Peach's mom?
You meet, yes.
Whoa. That's
You either meet her mom or her daughter, depending on how you look at
Then
it.
why don't she have mushroom hands or something?
Are you talking about Rosalie?
Yeah.
To me, to my understanding, that is her and Luigi's daughter.
Yeah, there's that understanding too.
Peaches and Luigi's?
Yep.
I'm off the train. No.
There's a lot of theories out there.
There's tons.
There's a lot.
There's a theory that Peach is actually the villain in Mario, and Bowser is a king of another nation who has come in to try to save the kingdom.
Okay,
It's
fan
Mushroom
theories get
Kingdom.
ridiculous.
What are the
kidnapping
Goombas?
her over and over.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the Goombas. Because they're not really malicious at heart, it don't seem.
There's a National Goomba Day.
Yeah.
Keep Goombas in your heart.
I feel
I feel like Goombas would be the
Everybody-
worst
so. Me and
soldiers.
Edward worked on a Halo like RPG for a while.
That could be nuts.
We ended up with we didn't want to do Spartans at all because that's just too crazy.
Yes.
I want to play
ODST.
So,
Yeah, we had ODST, Marine, Engineer, Heavy Weapons Specialist, and a Medic. That was our 5 classes that we decided on.
No demolitionist?
That would be a heavy weapons specialist.
I want to be a spy.
Hmm?
I want to be a spy.
That'd be only.
They're the ones that can like
Yeah,
look
only
like
spy.
other ones, right?
That's on Team Fortress.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I always get those confused.
That's,
Oh,
I
wow.
understand that.
They're so totally the same, yeah.
And
Plane
then
capture the flag, a spy comes up and knocks you back.
I'd also like to play an RPG in with the Warcraft universe. I think that would be really killer.
I craved that for a long time, but I don't know. It's like what time? Like the timeline kind of fucks you now.
What time do you do?
Now, if it was during the Siege of Orgrimmar, like I feel like I'm expertly versed in that particular time.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Long story short, there was a mountain bomb. He did it when it was relevant.
It was
and
a wolf.
Garage is dead.
I got one.
So this
So I-
took all about 30 seconds to get to that story.
Yeah.
Not even 30 seconds. It was 5 seconds.
So I think the best time if you want to do World of Warcraft is actually between 3 and World of Warcraft.
I'd like to do
Hyrule.
Cataclysm, honestly.
Cata?
Yeah, because I think that like the open worldness of Cata would be would really lend to an RPG kind of set.
Plus,
So-
Deathwing would be a badass boss fight.
Sure.
Yeah, but you'd have to like start us. We'd have to all pick the same race, or else we're gonna start out in like different areas.
Shut the
We're
fuck
gonna
up,
have to,
Justin.
like,
I'm going to
creep
come to
up
this
to
string
find
you
these
dead.
dungeons.
You know, if only there was like a defect option, like an EverQuest.
If only. If only, but you know what?
Get out of here with your everything.
Not everything.
I want to be a frog lock.
He wanted to so bad, he went to the whole defect.
It was a
That's
bitch.
fine.
Did we stop playing after a while?
Wasn't there an opposite faction to the Frog Locks?
No.
No.
Wasn't there?
the Frog Locks.
I thought they had
There was the
like the rats. They have one.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, there's the rats on the back.
but like that's look, you want to be a toad or you want to be a rat? Like they're not comparable. You can't compare.
frogs are way cooler.
I disagree.
I like the
Rats are
Frog Locks
gross.
in the first
Played a
one a lot better than the
But I
second.
played a pretty good rat.
I feel like their models are better first.
I played an ogre female because no one wanted to bang me.
You know what was ridiculous in EverQuest 2? Those fucking mounts would jump over towns, okay? Those fucking raptors. I don't... What?
That's absurd.
What?
That's absurd.
Yeah, it was
What?
the most
Damn.
ridiculous thing.
yeah,
The raptor mounts in EverQuest 2?
Oh,
I
two,
didn't know
okay.
that.
You could jump over fucking orc
I'm about to
encampments.
say my mount on EverQuest 1 never did anything but get me.
No, that would might be a neat. That might be a neat world to play in.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it would.
Magic the Gathering. I feel like they always had so much lore.
You
it
have
fit
to pick a
perfectly.
plane and stick with it.
Yeah, don't be a planeswalker.
Yeah,
I mean, you could maybe have them show up. but-
I honestly think if I was going to play a Magic the Gathering, I don't want to be in Ravnica. I want to be
Absolutely.
Ravnica
Oh my
could be
god,
cool.
because there's so much like political lore and
Yeah.
also
I always loved
Burn
that,
that mother to the ground.
the metal world. I forget what it's called right
in
now.
Mirrodin.
I always loved the idea of Mirrodin though.
It's a Phyrexia now. Yeah, Phyrexia took it back over
damn, that's the thing.
because everything that once was will be again. Yep.
It's one of those circle.
It's
I
like
know-
a circle.
Time is a flat circle.
Yep.
I know we adapted the Flamekin.
Todd's go in,
The
Todd's go out.
Firekin.
How do you explain that?
You
Can't
can't
explain it.
Huh?
I remember we adapted it badly.
Yeah, no, but I mean, we ended up not even playing it,
Yeah, it
but
was
yeah.
not balanced. It was not balanced.
Yeah. Turns out I don't think we knew that much about Flamekin either. It's just I like the idea of what they look like and what they were.
Yeah.
That race they had for
I don't fucking.
Was it the-
Essentially elemental.
was it the
that would
Japanese
be
set that they came out in?
Flamekin?
No, it might have been before that.
Well,
I-
Flankin Zealot came out in fucking Ravnica.
It was Ravnica.
Yeah, I remember that
They're essentially elementals.
because that was like one of the huge things about fucking Dredge was that Flamekin fucking burst.
Yeah.
Out
But yeah,
the
that
Markham
would
Beacons.
be a fun. What about RoboCop's world?
I don't know anything about it.
I don't
I
need
mean,
that
yeah.
much religion in my life.
RoboCop? It's about religion? Didn't know that.
He's a mechanical Jesus.
Yeah, it's literally the story of Jesus, basically.
I'm fucking confused. Jesus ain't no fucking half-man robot.
Are you sure?
There's even a scene where he walks on water, man. Come on.
When the fuck does that happen?
I think you just you didn't read the Bible.
Fuck, you're right.
Or watch I mean, Jim Carrey did that.
We'll have to go back and read
Nobody's-
RoboCop.
Read RoboCop the Bible. The Bible 2, RoboCop Returns.
I don't know. I think RoboCop will be all right. Detroit's a dangerous place, man.
Yeah, I don't want to hang out there.
No.
I mean, I'd rather be there.
You buy a house for like $1,200 there.
Hell yeah.
He's
So,
gonna
crack-
get
There's
shot, yeah.
probably people living in it though. That's the problem.
No real way to get them out.
Star Wars is fun, yeah, and there's
It's so big.
and there's so many good books out there for Star Wars.
They had I know the one that we had over at the house is like basically just 3.5,
yeah, that's the
which is
old
what
one.
the system was for KOTOR.
Yep,
was that?
was the 3.5 system.
Which I thought was cool.
Now you have like Edge of the
Ewok.
Galaxy, you
Age of
have
the Empire, right?
Edge of the Empire,
Age of Rebellion?
Age of
Or is
Rebellion,
it-
and then you have the Jedi one where everybody's like, everybody be a Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
which
do
that's the lamest one.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the original because you didn't have to be a Jedi. You could be
A
a
bounty
smuggler,
hunter,
bounty hunter, or whatever.
That's
Yeah.
what Galaxies was.
I would just want to be an Ewok.
I mean, I like that.
Just
I
want to be a
like.
small fuzzy bear.
Yeah, let's
Done.
let all of it be. You know, like.
What about an Ewok
I
Jedi?
want to be Jar Jar Binks.
Done.
Well, there's
I want to be.
You're an evil Sith.
There's literally like thousands and thousands of years of that universe. Just
Yeah, just pick an era and go with
Yeah.
it.
I want to be a TIE fighter.
Do you
You
Did they have
identify
fire
as
trucks
a-
in Star Wars?
have what?
Do they have fire trucks in Star Wars?
Maybe.
Yeah, they have fire ships. They do.
Yep. There you go.
I want to be one of
There's
the.
not fires in space.
Want to be a fire truck.
There's fires in space in Star Wars.
I want to be one of
You're a fuzzy bear, buddy.
Yeah, I'm right.
I want to be one of the workers on the Death Star that was completely innocent in the whole thing, and that the rebels just came and killed for no fucking reason.
Done.
You want to be a repairman?
I don't know anything about Star Trek. I don't know if I'd want to play in that world.
I don't know anything about Star Wars. I'd hate to play.
Really?
Yeah, that's not me, man.
No,
I
he
hate-
doesn't.
I
He
hate
hates
fucking
space.
space.
Yeah.
Space can go fuck
Really?
itself.
You wouldn't want to play like a.
Nah.
Man, you're in
Firefly.
space right now.
I would love to play a Firefly game.
I am very far away from space.
We
So,
all in
The
Pathfinder's-
farthest I've ever been.
Pathfinder's coming out with their Starfinder, right?
Yeah. Star
Which is their spacefaring mystical RPG.
Yeah.
I'm
sounds weird.
probably I'm going to end up buying that
Is
book.
there fires in space?
I mean, I don't know. I
Probably.
don't know
There's
how
no
the rules
oxygen
I'll
up
try.
there, so like
You can
there really
start-
should be fire.
You can start fires in ships, but then the fire will go out whenever
Yep.
vents.
What if I put the fire in a bubble of oxygen and let it loose in space? Fire in
How-
space.
If a ship goes down in space, how far does it fall?
It just goes.
It just goes, man.
Forever?
Until it hits a gravitational pull.
That's one of the
Pretty
things
much.
I'm really liking about The Expanse, which is why I'm thinking of sci-fi worlds, is that
Right.
when a ship blows up in space, they're like, yeah, that's just going to be there. It's going to eventually hit something, or someone's
Yeah.
going to run into it when they're not paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm like, we probably should
If
just leave it
if
there.
I do if I wasn't a spacefaring top campaign, I would want to be kind of low end on the FTL drives.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to be like traversing galaxies.
Yeah.
Maybe
Firefly.
planet
Firefly,
hopping
yeah,
would be
yeah.
best. Yeah, Firefly would probably be the best
Yeah.
when it comes to that technology.
Firefly?
Mhm.
That,
It's Joss Whedon show.
Joss Whedon, he's the one that he did.
You done the Buffy?
He done the Buffy.
Also, wouldn't mind playing that again.
Oh man, I really wanted to troll and say something wrong, but
I was hoping you would.
Damn,
I was setting you up for
I
that.
know. I said I didn't. No.
But yeah, I'm being honest when I say I would play a game like the Angel Buffy.
Angel Buffy. Remember?
Because
I
there's
actually like
so
Angel
much
more than I
stuff
like
there.
Buffy.
That's actually a common thing that I've heard that people prefer.
I almost want to say that there's a book for those, if I'm not mistaken, or there was back in the day. I'm sure it's out
Might be.
there.
It's probably.
I know they came out with comics and stuff, but I don't
Yeah, they have like.
I see a lot of
they kept
capital
doing
letters.
series.
Well, how's it going, DJ Mates?
DJ, what?
What's the comment
He's
saying? Matt?
yo yo yo. What up? It's DJ Mates.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
the
what
comment.
Just,
I've
yeah,
lost
he's a
50
DJ.
cool points.
Throw down a mad beat for us, man.
Yeah,
While we talk about
make it a
D&D
sick
shit.
beat.
Talk about nerd shit.
Fucking nerds.
Fucking nerds. So what you're saying is you want to play a D&D campaign set in the Revenge of the Nerds universe?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Where
That'd be
rape has
amazing.
no, you can just
No
do it.
the
consequences.
woman falls in love with you.
consequences.
So everybody has really high intelligence, depending on which side. of
Yeah,
the
but low charisma.
Well, not
Really
Booger,
low.
not Booger though.
No, but
Booger was low in charisma and low in
Not
intelligence.
zero charisma.
But I
No,
think his was
well,
willpower
he
and
can pull
constitution.
tail.
Yeah,
he can pull more
definitely.
tail than his.
How many tails did he pull? How many times did he get slapped before he got an answer?
Did he ever-
The man burps constantly.
It's all constitution. He's all constitution.
All Constitution.
He takes them slaps.
Did
Good.
he have some strength too?
I wish I knew.
Like,
you
what
guys were
was
talking
what was?
You've
strength?
never seen
Revenge of
Revenge
the
of the Nerds?
Do we have a
It's
strong
never-
nerd though? Like there isn't a strong
You
nerd.
should watch the first
It's
one at least.
it's
Unless
There
you
wasn't Revenge of the Nerds 2.
yeah.
Well, Ogre became a nerd.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then and Stan, he eventually became one of the nerds too. So he was real athletic.
Hold on.
Who's Stan?
Stan
about.
wasn't
People I know.
even in the second one.
No, he was in like the third. Like there's a point where he becomes one of the nerds.
Stan comes back.
Yes,
Ted McGinley came back and became a nerd.
yes.
Put it
Because
on.
why not?
I
I'm
don't
contesting.
I don't
this.
think you're right on that either.
Well,
But
then I guess I would be. We'll find
Fish
out
bet
tomorrow.
him. Fish bet him.
so yeah, you got Star Wars, the Star Trek. I don't give a fuck about. Maybe I should. I don't know.
I mean,
I
the
know.
movies I liked them, but
I know,
I don't think I could.
What
I'm
I
sure
know
it's
a lot
funny
of
and
people
shit.
play like Twisted Fairy Tales.
Which is, that's basically what Buffy and Angel.
Yeah.
There's so many different not angels. But
I don't know.
If
I'm
you
gonna
guys
say
watch
this to get a
anime,
rise
I
out of
recommend a lot
to get a
of
rise out of you. But what about the supernatural universe?
Fuck yeah.
No.
It'd be perfect for Hunter.
Yeah.
It would be perfect for Hunter.
Yeah, it's exactly
You are
what
right.
that show was. It was like I think somebody played Hunter.
I don't think it would be bad if you said it were just monster hunting. Demons are too much, and actually, demons should be. You should be fucking scared of them.
You should.
At
Yeah.
the, in the
Just
first.
leave the shitty humor at the door and get better actors to do it.
Rip into it, man.
The first season, like the big bad was the
Do it.
yellow-eyed demon. Like he
Yeah.
was the big deal, you know.
He was the big bad
Like
in the
they-
first two.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah,
think it's-
and when they saw a demon, they're like, "Well, fuck, we can't fight that."
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then later on, they're like, "Ah, demons."
Yeah, we got all these knives to kill everything.
They had to
it
use
got,
like tricks to get demons.
it got ridiculously crazy
They're,
at the
they're
end.
power creep.
Or toward. I mean, it's not
It's
over.
still going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still going.
They're level
Yeah.
20 now.
yeah.
Yeah, they're gods. They're
Yeah.
gods. They met gods.
Hell, the gods
They
are
met
like,
God.
yeah, they're like the Winchesters. We know them. They're a big deal.
Like, yeah, I don't.
I do think Crowley's one of the best villains.
I do too.
Crowley's
He's
so
an
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like he's one of my just favorite villains. Not
Mm.
just supernatural. I think Crowley's amazing.
Yeah, I think that would be in a decent universe to play. Maybe a couple shots, maybe like.
But at the
a 1
same
to a
time,
3
like
shot.
I feel like that you don't even have to set in that universe though. Like that's
really
that's
don't.
just Hunter.
yeah,
Like you could just play Hunter.
yeah,
Which
yeah,
I like the
uh,
universe of Hunter too, because like.
It has 100% less Jared Padalecki.
So the only problem with like when you add in Hunter and all that stuff, you have to deal with like all the werewolf stuff and all the vampire stuff and all the mage stuff too. But
Ish.
yeah,
mean, you can play a game without
only
it,
really
yeah,
the DM has to get like a basic understanding of the general outgoing things. Like I don't think you'd be required to learn like all the inner workings of all the vampire clans to run a Hunter game.
holy fuck no.
Which I mean, granted,
nuts.
it's actually pretty basic when you get down to it, but I don't think that's really required. You know, like you can pick
Read
like
some
one
chat
subset.
stuff.
What?
Like
We
those-
got Doctor Who's better.
Well, you know what? Doctor Who can also go fuck itself. How about we watch like good television instead of this
What do you
goddamn
got against
crap?
Doctor Who?
Hey,
Oh my god.
It's
What
the
is this?
fans for me.
We'll do a MASH campaign. How about
Man,
that?
you don't base a show off
You
the
know what?
fans. You base a
Amy's
show off the
Is that
show.
watching Doctor Who now.
Damn.
Amy's
Number
got me
3.
Watching Doctor Who. I don't mind it.
I love Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's not. It's, if
I
you
can't-
watch an episode, if you actually watch an episode,
Because I
It's
have.
Touche, sir.
I have.
That's 2 episodes.
I don't generally like British stuff.
So, yeah,
That's
there's a lot of
that's
it.
some of my preferences. I just don't really care for British stuff.
Doesn't
Monty
make
Python,
You know
get the
what?
fuck
No,
out of the
British
door.
things are fine, but Doctor Who and Supernatural are designed for fucking 12-year-old goddamn girls, okay? Like, this is not a show
Get it,
for
son.
fucking men.
Get it.
Okay, not for adult-aged men. Why are you watching this? Go watch the fucking Gilmore Girls with a fucking time travel mechanic. That's what it is.
You good?
Well then,
non-traveling bird.
They talk so fast. It's
good?
not magic. That's why
I lost my shit a little bit.
I always had Gilmore Girls just because they talk too fast. That's not a natural conversation you're hearing.
You're
That's
right,
just
it's
people-
not.
that's
It's
just people
not. You know
talking
what?
real
Rory's kind of a little stuck-up little bitch, too.
Yeah,
I like
I
Dawson's
bet she's a
Creek
fucking
better
slut.
Shut the fuck.
I haven't watched either of those shows.
Dawson's
even.
Yeah, let's have a
Dawson.
let's have a D&D session set 90210.
That'd be all right. It'd be a good
Melrose-
role playing session.
Melrose Place.
Oh god, we might as well just go to Jersey Shore.
Can we just talk like this through the session?
You can't.
Well, I mean, we're about
You
the,
have to.
we're about the age they were whenever they were playing teenagers, so yeah, it works.
Well, guys, did Rapunzel call? She wants to. I don't. Who has Rapunzel hair?
I guess me? I think I have the longest hair.
I have no hair. I have negative
Sarah
hair,
has long
actually.
hair.
I mean,
Yeah.
I do have. Hardly
What?
Rapunzel.
What's going on?
I don't know. Nothing.
Someone wants someone's Rapunzel hair back. I don't know.
Yep.
Someone being an idiot.
No.
But
Oh. Hey, get off the internet. Stop being an idiot.
Go watch some more
Internet
Doctor
is
Who.
for.
Yeah, go watch some more Doctor Who.
You guys need to stop.
unless they just misread what you said and told us the wrong thing, then you're not an idiot.
Yeah, unless this is like a.
I'm not good at reading.
Why don't you just backpedal some more?
Yeah.
You done said it, go with it.
Isn't let's see. I know Happy Jacks talks about Spirit of '76 a lot, right?
I have no clue what that is.
I know all those words you were saying are foreign.
Every one of them.
Understood
I heard
Spirit
words,
Club
none of it
and
made
76,
sense.
So
Is that that Don Henley song?
yes,
Is that-
Voice of Summer.
I love it.
Brian has Summer '69.
Wow.
So, if I'm not mistaken, it's basically set if you take like the founding fathers and they time travel to 1976
Oh god.
and they have hijinks.
It's not possible to play, but I'd like to watch a game.
Yeah, but they're like superheroes.
Because why not?
What? Fucking what?
So we have.
Washington.
Are you saying we have a time travel in Lincoln? Oh, he's not founding
He's not founding father. So you got like Ben Franklin,
Christopher Columbus. That's pretty cool. Too.
Christopher Columbus.
He's a founding father. Why not?
He doesn't like the Mayans.
Yeah,
That's what you got from that.
They sacrifice people. It's fucked up.
Yeah. Something about Brazil. I don't know.
Are you from Brazil? We
I
don't.
do have a Brazilian. You're right. Thank you for noticing.
Oh wow, I don't know what the fuck this is. Anyway, yeah, that's about the founding fathers, something like that. I wouldn't mind to do like a bank heist, like maybe like Two Shot. That'd be kind of fun.
Is that like 2 Chainz?
Did any of you guys see Clone High?
Yes.
What the
That
fuck
would be
is
an
Clone
interesting.
What if we
Oh, they had
Play.
had presidents as high schoolers, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Clones presidents as high schoolers.
It wasn't just presidents. It was like Gandhi was there.
Oh, okay.
talk about doing the bank?
Like just
robbery or
historical
whatever?
figures in
What if-
general.
well,
That sounds
they're
cool.
together. They're playing bank robbers, and you don't tell them what the universe is at first, but you like they're going to rob a bank, and at the end of the first session, you realize they're in Gotham.
Oh, that would be kind of neat.
Oh,
That would
God.
be kind of cool.
Or get away from Batman session.
That'd be kind of
Play
you
the
can't beat
villains
him.
in Gotham. Ooh,
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
that would never end well.
You got to
No,
become a
look.
henchman for like the Joker or something.
No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
That
They
depends-
never live.
It depends on the Joker. It really does. There's that
No matter
funny.
what Joker, they always get killed.
There's the funny hijinks Joker from the '50s that they didn't allow people to die in comic
Oh.
books.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Or you have Mark Hamill, or Heath Ledger, or Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Or Jared Leto.
I think
I
that.
think I prefer the Mark
And
Hamill
honestly, I wouldn't do any of those. I would, if the DM, you make your own Joker.
Yeah.
But in some way, you'd be inspired by one.
You-
of them,
yeah,
no
you-
matter what. That's what you-
I really like what Mark Hamill does. Yeah, I grew up with the animated series. I just like that.
Yeah,
Not seen a fucking bit of the animated series. No.
I'm Jack
I
Nicholson.
wasn't a
guy
big fan of
because-
it whenever I was a kid, but then as I grew up, I
I think
appreciate
Heath
it.
Ledger's my favorite, but Jack Nicholson's right after that.
I like Jack Nicholson because it's just Jack Nicholson.
I like his like monster take on the whole thing, where it is just like Jack Nicholson.
That's just a persona of Joker. That's one of his origin stories. One of them.
I mean, that's probably one of my favorite scenes of any kind of Batman thing is when he's like in the when he like comes in with like his fucking crew in the boombox to the restaurant. And they're just fucking spray painting all the shit.
That shit was
And he
cool.
sits down and he just melts in front
Oh,
of
yeah.
the lady.
All of it.
So like the
Because he has like normal flesh color, but like his makeup starts to run and he starts like wiping it off and he's just the Joker under normal flesh colored makeup.
That's cool. It's been a
Yeah,
long time since I watched the original.
that's probably my favorite scene in that whole movie.
Oh, Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito is the best
Dan
penguin.
DeVito's penguin
is
was
the penguin.
absurd.
It's great.
They do a really good penguin in that Gotham show. He's really good.
Is
I haven't seen a
that
single
Chester
episode of
Cobblepot? Nope, that's the Goonies.
I watched that while I was in rehab.
Right on. It's our Tom down here. It's their Tom up there. Goonies never die.
Andy,
Hey, you guys!
Yep. Actually, I can watch the Goonies right now. I love that movie.
It's great.
It's not even from my childhood.
It's like your quintessential.
Dude, I want to play a game in the Goonies universe. I want to be the
We can
Goonies.
go treasure hunting.
Dude, I want treasure hunt.
Dibs on short round.
Okay, I'll be.
That's-
Wait.
Same
I'll be
thing.
Chunk. I'm the fat one.
You have to do the trouble show?
I'll be
Have
Shuffle
to, in
Shuffle.
real life.
I don't
On
want to.
camera.
Role play points.
Yeah. Roll my boy, can't get none. Minus 50
Dude, I'll
GP.
totally play the Goonies. Well, that's all right.
He's already creating a campaign right now.
Damn, that's all right.
You're joking. Yeah, he's got it.
The fucking Goonies? Indiana Jones? What about him? What about that?
I mean, if any of it made sense, that'd be fun. But
I think like Indiana Jones is. You have to be playing Indiana Jones. Like a person
Yeah,
in
I
the party
guess,
would have to be.
yeah.
Otherwise, it's
Dibs
just...
on short round.
he already called short round.
I got it twice. I got it both ends.
Justin is sick.
What about the Alien Predator universe?
I would love to play one of them. I don't know about Predator
Dibs on
because it's
the-
kind of.
Yeah, dibs on
Short round.
Yeah.
Dibs on short round.
That's one of those games that would be kind of hard to do, though, because you're going to have to, like, Alien is a
Terrible
horror
time.
movie for the most part.
It
So,
is.
like,
It would have to
you
be.
have to have
Have to be horror.
I mean, what do you do for, like...
well,
like,
okay.
so
Alien is a horror movie. Aliens is a war movie, which would be
Okay.
perfect.
Okay.
For
Alien vs. Predator is a comedy because it's stupid as fuck.
I did not mind Alien vs Predator 1.
Nope.
2.
We're not saying your shit. Sorry. We don't
2
care.
was bordering on really terrible. I didn't mind and I can't defend Predator, but I like the first Alien Predator. Alright.
That second one, yeah.
I didn't even watch the
I'm
second
kind of
one.
hoping the new movie revitalizes the Alien series a little bit, but I don't.
I really like Prometheus.
I did too, yeah.
The only Alien movie that I don't like is Requiem. Like, I saw Resurrection first. And I actually
I
really liked it.
really like Resurrection
Yeah.
because it's a slasher flick. It's a '90s slasher flick.
Yeah.
I really like it.
And I don't like the theatrical cut of Alien 3, but the director's
Cut is
the
fine.
assembly cut is pretty good.
It's a dog alien. It's a different take.
And Tywin Lannister gets
Dog.
his
Yeah.
head split open.
So normally
why not?
normally aliens are like humanoid, and Aliens 3 it's from a dog.
a
Yeah.
dog.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's weird.
it's like a mutated.
then the assembly cut, it's a cow.
It's a cow.
Yeah.
Ow.
Well,
Moo-moo cat.
I'm going to have to watch this.
Well, they get
eventually.
different. They get different attributes compared to like what they because like the normal aliens look like humanoid. That's why they're like xenophobe kind of things.
Yeah.
But when they take like a cow or a dog, they change.
Oh, I didn't
Cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to play a game set in the Jason X universe. I'm just kidding. I don't at all.
The what? Jason?
Jason
Now-
X.
When they
Regular
went to
Jason,
space.
I
That
think
has-
that'd be really cool.
That has
And
my-
actually, the simulation of Camp
That's
Crystal
the
Lake
best-
when he takes
that's
him
my
and
favorite
hits her against the
scene.
fucking tree.
That was
Inside
cool.
the sack. That's my favorite Jason.
That
We
movie
talk
had-
shit about that movie, but that simulation of Camp Crystal Lake was fucking
That's
cool.
I'll give you that. It has
Now
that-
Jason goes to hell. Now that was stupid.
That's not a Jason movie.
The black guy eats Jason's heart and is Jason now. Like, who the fuck came up with that?
It was a weird time.
That's such a bad Jason movie. It's not included in the Jason collection.
No,
Wow.
that's
I love the nitrous.
Yes. That's
That,
what I was
that
about to
yeah,
say.
that's
Oh,
a
the
good kill.
nitrous
That was a
bed
good
smell?
kill.
that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Overall,
Like,
terrible
freeze
movie. It
your
had some
face.
good kills.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure how terrible it was. I think we're gonna have to rewatch that.
Maybe
Probably-
I don't know.
What's y'all's thoughts on Jason versus Freddy?
I loved it.
I thought it was pretty
I
cool.
loved it. It's silly. It's super silly, but I loved it.
Well,
All
its
those
whole
movies are
thing
silly
was.
by the end.
Yeah.
By that point, they were both just silly.
I really would have liked to see the. There was someone else they were going to add into that. It was
Ash.
going to be Hellraiser.
Ash.
Yeah, it was Ash. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about Hellraiser, but
Actually, if you took a game and had like a horror monster kind of combo thing, it wouldn't be bad. It's just that DM would have to be
On point.
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like way better than me.
I'd call Jason. Fine.
No, well,
You have to all be
people.
camp counselors.
yeah, you'd have to be
Oh,
you'd have to
no.
be campers and camp counselors.
try to survive.
I just want to
Yeah.
stab people.
Against Freddy, Michael, Jason.
Yeah, Michael.
Ugh.
Okay, I do not like how Michael gets roped in there. He's a fucking dude. He's a dude.
Whoa,
Well-
until Curse of fucking Thorn, when it turns out he's like the demon child or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
like that they jumped the shark at that point. But
Was that like 4?
Poor
I'm not sure. I'm
Happy
guessing.
Days.
I know the first two was him.
because 5 of Curse, I think it was
like
6.
he was always a dude. Jason was originally just
Because it
Mrs.
was-
Voorhees, and then
Yeah.
he was like a retard with like a dude with a sack.
And then the
Yeah,
4th
so
one he
he-
got cut up, and the 5th one he got electrocuted back to life, and then it was cut up. Didn't make no sense.
Yep.
And then the 6th one they brought that fucking psychic bitch in,
Yeah.
right?
Why
Corey
do we know so
Feldman
much
was
about
in one of
this?
them.
Why do we know so much about this?
What did you think of the newest one? The one with Jared Padalecki.
I kind of liked it.
Other than
It was-
Jared Padalecki, who I
It was
see
really
with
good.
and stuff.
Do we need a hammer?
We need a hammer. We
Oh,
need to do
oh.
a hammer.
Oh wow. Yeah, we got some gay porn star shit going on here.
Yeah, gay porno
Because
stars.
that's
He
what
likes gay
Jason's
porno
like fucking
stars.
Sprinting after people.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you fucking come here.
Great movie. I
Yeah.
love that little Chinese fellow.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, that's
No,
he
no,
was
no,
being
no,
more.
no.
I-
I completely missed the beginning of that conversation. All I heard is I like the little Chinese fellas.
the new Jason or the newest Jason movie.
He's not a
Oh.
little Chinese fellow.
No, he's not.
Is that the one where like at the first group of kids that get that are like clearly adults playing 20-year-olds that are like he kills the woman while they're having sex and he like puts them in the tent and roasts them while they're still like half alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that guy comes back like, what?
Well, shit.
Yeah.
What happened while I was gone?
Matt, do you not like gay things?
Nope, don't like them.
Oh,
Man, you just
oh damn.
you have destroyed this
What
game.
is
Favorite horror
this?
movie?
You have said
What's
the
your favorite
R
horror movie
word.
the last few years.
You can't say
Oh,
the
last
R
few
word.
years.
Man.
Hey, we're still waiting for Peter to come kill us all. So
Yeah, well,
I really
now
like
we
the-
got that, and we
No,
got
it's
fuck
not a horror
you.
movie, really, but Cabin in the Woods and Tucker and Dale. are my two
Oh, they
favorites.
were
I'm not
amazing.
counting.
I would consider them
Our
horror
top
movies, but they're in that. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
in that genre.
Comedy
The
horror.
dashboard.
Yeah.
Both were amazing, especially Cabin in the Woods. I thought that was
Cabin in the Woods is good.
one of my favorites.
Not
As far as scary,
I was working on a Cabin in the Woods one shot where it was a training facility for like the soldiers,
Oh yeah, the ones that get.
the ones that get fucked up.
let's get utterly.
They were not
destroyed.
prepared.
Yeah, I was
They were not trained well.
I was working on like something like that where basically like the group of people that are like I guess
Would that be-
like the sacrifices or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like when one of the sacrifices gets foiled, is like that's one of their training, and they try to like hire those people since they know how to kill it. They need their help just in case some shit happens.
Yeah.
So that would be like a training kind of thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
that'd be alright. But yeah, scary. What?
Cities maybe? Conjuring or Cities maybe? Yeah. The first one. The sequel was fine, but it didn't hit me the same.
I like the.
I didn't see the third one.
I like Sinister pretty well,
Sinister was good, yeah.
especially the scene with the lawnmower. that lawnmower. That was bad.
This man knows lawnmowers, I know.
Like the Evil Dead remake.
Oh yeah, I mean, it had a lot of stupid horror tropes still, but I
But
loved it.
that's kind of the
That's
point.
even-
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess, yeah. It's just, oh man, it gets really hard to look at those characters and be like, you guys, why? Why are you doing this? You know?
Why you
The
gotta
guy who
stop?
reads the incantation, he gets destroyed in that movie.
He sure does.
He gets his hand split in half. He gets nails sprayed in his arm. Yeah.
Stabbed in the eye.
Yeah, and
Oof.
what is it? He gets Yes, that's the needle in the eye.
Yeah, I've
Except
seen under
the box
moderator.
cutter.
Yeah.
And he comes back.
And then at the end, like, I like that when he finally died, she
Oh, wait,
left him on his
nope.
face in the water.
Yeah.
I was like, he could still be alive. You don't know. Like, he's come back from so much.
That's us.
Let's see. Also,
Can't
really
ban
like
ourselves
the-
for our own fucking thing.
I think the ending scene in Evil Dead was kind of actually like edge of your seat. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't scary, but it was like, oh my god.
Have you watched
All
Don't
right.
Breathe yet?
Nah,
We're back, guys.
I've heard it was
It's,
decent.
yeah, the main chick in Don't Breathe is
Hey,
Nina
buddy.
Oh,
from
okay.
Evil Dead.
Yeah, I'm good.
And it's done by the same director. It's
Just making sure. No
I wouldn't
problem.
call it scary, but it's intense. It's
Decent
really
thriller.
intense. Yeah. Don't Breathe.
Yes.
Why? Somebody.
I mean,
You
you want me to? I do it on
Please
camera
don't.
right now.
And Lights Out.
I really like Lights Out.
I need to watch that one.
That is Lights Out's really neat because it's a monster that Sam and Dean can't deal with.
Like they really can.
They cannot deal with them.
like their undying love for each other.
Yeah. No, so under the rules, they can't just fucking kill someone.
Yeah,
Like-
they're not just gonna go and murder somebody.
And
That's kinda
the Lights Out, you have to kill that ghost. You have to basically murder someone.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Don't cough in that refrigerator.
I think they do it.
I covered my head.
I watched It
Hold on.
Follows the other day. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
good.
that's a really good
Cough in your arm.
movie.
It's ambiguous at the end. Like,
Yeah.
Is that guy following the creature at the end, or is it just a dude following him? 'Cause,
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
I really like that creature. I like that whole monster. It's really good.
It had some
Actually,
creepy
I
forms, too.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind to bring that monster into a D&D game. I think that would be all right. Totally in a city setting.
That's what I say. Like, you'd have that one player that always wants to fuck somebody, but
Yeah.
then you've got the It Follows creature.
I think
That'd
it
be
would
cool.
be really solid. Or hear rumors of it. Just like, you just see a guy running down the street pointing. Like, fucking, what is that? Like, help me. Someone fucking help me. And then people are just like,
Saying,
There's
nope,
nothing there.
yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
you're insane.
I think it would be all right.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just shooting the camera?
You.
You shoot.
Seven.
Oh, you got shot, bro.
A lot.
You could have killed me.
Pew, 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 pew.
Don't pew pew pew.
Yeah, I don't know. Anything else you want to hit on the topics before we close it down? I think we were kind of
Yeah, we went way off.
Plunging.
Meandering.
Yeah.
So I got answered for this.
I can't-
I'm sorry.
I can't wait till next, because it's this Friday that May starts. Like just movie every
oh
week.
the
The
movie.
Guardians this week?
Yeah, Guardians this week. King Arthur's one that I'm interested in.
I'm
Yeah, I like it.
interested in
I love
too.
Guy Ritchie, too.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
And
Alien
then
Covenant.
Alien Covenant, and then Pirates of the
Then
Caribbean.
Pirates. It'll be a good week.
One of those.
Yay, another pirate.
One of those movies.
I really like Pirates movies.
Very
so-
good.
And it's a
Even-
guilty pleasure for
Even
sure.
that last one wasn't that bad. I liked
Uh,
it.
I
My-
would call it guilty pleasures. Pirates of the Caribbean 1 is one of the best movies of all time.
Hands
Yeah.
down. Yeah, I'll say that's
I can
definitely a
agree with that.
contender.
Plus, are you
my,
going to find a better pirate movie at all?
My favorite is the third one. It's my favorite Pirates movie.
I mean,
Is that the one that had the Kraken in it?
The Kraken's dead in the third one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second one had the Kraken scene.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like the third one
I
just
think I thought
because
that was awesome. It's creepy.
there's really good camera work scenes in that movie. There's the scene where you have all of the Jack Sparrows
Yeah.
freaking
Oh,
out,
yeah.
And none of them are CGI. They just filmed it.
They just filmed it.
100 times.
and
That's crazy.
there's a scene that's almost like an art project with the crabs. It's really
Oh, that was good.
yeah.
Yeah.
And all that happens at the same time, kind of. Yeah. It's a really
Cool.
You do got a really big bitch that throws that turns a monsoon on and then
Yeah.
turns into a bunch of crabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
And
I
then
need
they
to
come
rewatch that series before the new one.
And then they toned down the magic before.
Yeah,
Like, there's magic, but don't really worry about it.
there's yeah.
Fuck those mermaids. I mean,
Yeah.
not literally because they're scary.
Yeah.
Scary mermaids.
The one part that really annoyed me about that movie is I feel like they were setting up her and him to be like a new Will
A new
Yeah.
couple.
and then she just drags him off. I assume to kill him at the
Yeah.
end of the movie because we're never gonna see what happens after that.
That movie's all about Barbosa turning into a foof
And you seem degrade throughout
back
the movie.
into pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie, that's my favorite part about it. But yeah, that's what we got. I think that's it. Think it's cast.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Peace out.
Bye bye.
You know what? We didn't do our outros.
Oh, you want me to do the outros? Oh, yeah, I didn't hit it yet. No, we're good. So I'm Matt. You can find me at Captain Phipps everywhere. Here on Twitch, on the Xbox.
What about on PlayStation?
Captain Phipps?
He hates it.
I really do. I despise it. That's where you can find me.
Oh, and Sebastian, you won't find me many places. Maybe in Hearthstone, Juicy Pea Pie.
Pimp your shit.
Remember the Post Hole Diggers NC on Facebook. Check us out.
Doing a local North Carolina store.
They're on Spotify too.
We are on Spotify.
So
check that out.
yeah.
Carolina Dirtbags, the new EP. It's alright. It's me.
Duncan, Prison Sphinx on Xbox. That's about it.
You have been doing some beams.
I have
Right.
been doing some beams.
Also, Prison Sphinx.
Also Prison Sphinx. I don't think
I
you
think
can make a different account on that. I think it's whatever your
connected.
Microsoft
It's connected.
account
It is, yeah, because they own Beam.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, it's fucking butter smooth. Like,
It
if I
really
knew
is.
more people were doing Beam, I would probably switch to Beam because it is butter fucking smooth. It is nice.
It is super easy to do too.
We're gonna get banned from
Just
Twitch.
play a game, go down
Fuck
to the Beam
Twitch.
option, stop recording.
Butter Peter.
I'm just.
Fireball.
You can find me Steam, Jamzith, or you can find me on Hearthstone. Or you can find me on Mario Kart.
Justin's just wanting to play Mario Kart.
Yeah, I wanted to do that the entire time.
That's all I've been wanting to do.
I'm surprised he didn't reach over there and get the Switch.
Andrew, where can we find you?
Xbox Live. Yeah, again, my manager. I'm on Xbox Live is Dexter Hawkins, and I've been streaming Gwent a few times this past week.
By the way, we've been streaming
yeah.
the fuck out of Halo 5. Holy
Yeah.
shit, Halo 5.
Every
So if you're
morning-
into Halo 5, come fucking watch our stream.
yeah, every morning, just about after we get off work, we just go on to Halo.
Yeah.
So
I'm Robert, Zombie Food 55X on PlayStation and Xbox. And Hearthstone. That's it.
All right.
I actually don't play much
All right, Saba, play us out.
right now.